What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime PlayStation Grand Prix Season 3, Last Man Standing. We have an incredible night of fights here this evening. 16 competitors, the best of last season, step into the octagon here this evening until there is only one remaining champion. An absolutely stacked who's who on the roster. We have, of course, the double champion who gave up his Xbox belt at the beginning of this season, closed out last Season 2 as champion of both Xbox and PlayStation Division, aka Dave, to kick off here this evening. He will be defending his belt from the very first fight onwards. If he wins, he'll take it to the next. If he loses, of course, his opponent will become champion and have to defend it until the very, very end. Other than that, every single fight will be a 3-round fight outside of his. Many names to look forward to here this evening. We are, of course, stylishly late as always, so we're not going to waste any time. We will get plenty of opportunity to talk about these gentlemen as we move into the card. The first fight is aka Dave up against Fishman on the left-hand side of the bracket. They are ready. They are raring to go. Lightweight is the weight class, and we're going to get into it right here. I will say, of course, joining me in the commentary booth, the ones and fucking onlys, J-Dime TV, Dr. Motherfucking Who. How are you doing, lads?
Jay, you going first or am I?
I'll go. Listen, I'm feeling great, and I'm glad that we got some PT back, especially on the PlayStation Division. I'm glad. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen Dave, CV, Nas, and all the others fight. Like, I feel like this may be an even better Grand Prix than the Xbox one, Doc.
I mean, some of the names we've got tonight, we've got Naz competing on the opposite side. He'll be going last. You've got John Africa making his return. CV finally showing up back into the title picture. The notorious Dazuki, so let's see how far he can get. And, of course, Eagle MMA, that's going to be happening later. But first off, we have got the former double champ who willingly vacated the Xbox for whatever reason. He's going up against Khabib, which must be an interesting choice when Poirier has really good hands, so Fishman's going to need to hit this map very early on.
Getting that takedown over the champion. Of course, this is a 5-round fight, as previously mentioned. We'll have to see which way the cookie crumbles. A great start to what many would consider the underdog in Fishman J, getting that early takedown good with.
Yeah, that was big for him because he got the takedown with over 4 minutes to work. Now he don't even have to rush positions. He can really take his time because he got so much time to work. If you're Dave, though, you've been here before. That's what Dave got. He's faced adversity before. He's been here a million times. So if you're Dave, you don't panic knowing it's 5 rounds, Doc.
Yeah, you just chill, you wait, you calm down. Okay, this round hasn't gone exactly to plan, but now what you do is you make sure you don't get too denied, don't have your drain get stammed, don't take too much damage, although right now, maybe not going in his best of favours, but we'll see. It's early starting, just needs to get a bit of his bearings, and hopefully he's able to gain momentum later in the fight here, Cyrus.
Yeah, side control, great position to have. It was looking like he was going to struggle to get out of there, but he did find a way to just about move out of that position. But of course, out of the frying pan into the fire, finds himself straight back in that position. We're about to find out if he's able to keep that composure he is notorious for at this stage. Gets mounted now, Jay. He's really going to have to kind of start to get the reads on Fishman, who is having an excellent start. Like, it's 5 rounds, as we all know, not over by a long shot, but what an excellent start to the challenger here this evening.
Yeah, man, Fishman looks so good, especially with this Khabib. Like I said, he got the takedown so early that this round's almost a wrap for him. We can almost say it's 1-0 right now, Doc.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely one of those. As of current, a minute 30 left on so far. Khabib not giving any positions away. So low, it now gets stood up a bit too much, just rabbit punching in half guard. This is now going to really test this man's stand-up, which is what I was going to mention. Was early on didn't seem that great. Dave looked a bit better, but now suddenly he is landing shots, and Dave wanting to get back into that stamina, having that stamina advantage here as well.
Yeah, continually attacking the body, some really nice uppercuts, rear uppercuts landing flawlessly for aka Dave so far. Timed a nice little knee a moment ago as well. Fishman trying to stay patient, but this is where it's at. When he was looking good at first, trying to pull out some of those counters, really, really overwhelming him, some volume when they got back to the feet. It's still his round. Not able to get that same table. Still his round. But on the feet, much like on the ground, this is a tale of two halves. It's about who's able to enforce their will in the early parts of this fight now, Jay, because obviously when it gets to the mat, Fishman is not letting up anytime soon. But on the flip side, MK Dave, at least from the little bits we saw it on the feet, does seem to have a noticeable advantage when it's, when they're standing.
Yeah, it seems like real life. Dustin got the advantage on. Oh, that's crazy how he landed more significant strikes than Khabib too. But like the thing, if I'm Khabib or Fishman, that I regret is I got this takedown with almost damn near 5 minutes to work, and I didn't stun him or nothing like that. So basically, I'm not gonna say I wasted my advantage, but you got to get some damage from there, Doc.
I was gonna say, although he had quite a domineering grapple game there, at the end of the day, he didn't land a lot of damage. He has now, and that's fantastic what he's doing. Oh.
That was almost all from Dave on the counter, I'm not gonna lie.
He pulled back a bit too early. He should have let it go, but here we go, back in the picture. A stun though for Fishman puts him ahead in this round for certain. I still am not fully convinced Khabib maybe won the first round, I can't lie, just because he was controlled it, but not a lot of damage from Landon Poirier. Hands are better overall in that regard.
I would struggle to put it any other way just from the total amount of control time. I know they didn't give him the SIGs, but he landed a lot of elbows inside control, some pit-a-pat shots to the body. So I do strongly believe Fishman topped that first round, but you never know with these judges. Either way, this round, Khabib actually got the stun. I think MK Dave has maybe been outlanding him, and obviously Khabib has now got the takedown as well. Fishman's really having a stellar performance right now. There's a lot of shaky moments for him, Jay. It's not like it's crystal clear that he's going to get ahead in this. There's bit, gleaming holes for Dave to take advantage of, but he's going to survive this onslaught to start with, and Fishman doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon.
You know how crazy it would be for Fishman to take the belt on the first match from Dave? And I'm not gonna say it's going to happen, but the way it's trending right now, Fishman's looking good, Doc.
Yeah, he's making a very, very good argument for why he needs a title shot in future, even if he doesn't win this fight. But again, so far he is arguably ahead in a lot of people's scorecards, and it's only nearing the second round. If he wins one more round after this, that's him chilling until a decision. But again, last thing you want to do in this game is definitely trust the judges here as well.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. Lovely little reversal. Now, Dave is a man of action. Does not like to waste very much time. He's got the reversal. I imagine he's going to get these little pit-a-pat shots, get that GA, try to advance himself. But a nice deny from Fishman, because I'll be real, if it got the side control or top mount, MK Dave was about to start raining down holy hell, and we both know it, Jay. He doesn't waste time.
Yeah. And for Dave, it's great that this 5-round fight, because he could be down 2-0, right? Like I said, I don't know how they judge this first round, but he could be down 2-0, and then you'd have to not panic, but you'd have to start fast. He kind of doesn't have to, because he still has 3 more rounds to work, Doc.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, even then, it's arguably to be 1-1. You've already seen that this Khabib is open to a lot of big counters. Dave just narrowly avoiding them in some cases. He just needs that time on the feet to really work, and Khabib is doing a fantastic job at not allowing that. He's keeping up the takedown aggression. He's making sure that when it does hit the mat, most of the majority of the round is spent down there. It saves him having to worry about striking, so he's either doing offense or defense, not both at the same time, like you do in terms of the stand-up game, and that's helping him really do a lot of the damage that he is right now doing to Dave here as well.
Well, this is the thing. I would say this is basically a Khabib sim so far. He has, been very, very much about control anytime he's hit the mat, and he's trying to kind of out-volume his opponents anytime he's going. He's all the way out or he's all the way in. It's not the prettiest striking in the world, but he's being efficient with it, and once again finding a way to use that absolutely terrifying takedown and grappling threat to just secure himself an early one. Round 3, and he's got another takedown. Dave normally shuts them out at this point, Jay, but he's struggling to kind of get the full timing of Fishman's takedowns, I feel.
Yeah, and Fishman's getting the timing so early in the round, too, that he has nothing but time and opportunity, Doc.
Yeah, and I think to go back on terms of the takedown shots themselves, a lot of them, like there, you saw Dave looking to duck. He was expecting a counter. Instead of the counter, it was a takedown counter, getting that down and allowing him that easy access to full guard. So Fishman isn't. He knows that if he goes for a strike, he's most likely going to get countered. But if he goes for that takedown shot instead, he's more likely to get it that way, and that's just knowing your opponent, knowing that maybe your striking ability isn't there fully, but you can win in other ways.
Very nice. Gets back to his feet. Didn't want to stay down there.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Dave has done a good job landing body shots on Khabib, and I think those shots are going to add up. If he can deny a takedown, they're going to add up when we go to rounds 4 or 5, Cyrus.
100%. He is being a little bit more, kind of cognitively aware of the takedowns. He's managed to stop a couple, but that takedown percentage or takedown denial percentage is starting to increase little by little. Obviously decided to go offensive with it at this point, Doc, and he's managed to secure top mount, calculating with that ground and pound.
Well, grappling's always different as soon as you hit when you're on bottom. We've seen it a few times now, but this is the first offense, first top mount for Dave really to get going, and he is raining down some punches, but Fishman just about avoiding that elbow here, Jay.
Yeah, and I don't hate what Dave did wrestling the wrestler. I don't hate it. In real life, Dustin would be dumb to do that. But on here, I don't hate it because, like you said, on bottom, it's a whole different story. Everybody can grapple when they're the one on top. But when you're the one who have to defend, it's different, Cyrus.
No, exactly right. I mean, some people can be the hammer and the nail. Some people are just the hammer. They don't do too well when the action's being taken to them. MK Dave obviously willing to test their opponents in absolutely any domain that they wish to be tested. Obviously, that's what was so surprising about the early rounds, is he's normally really good on the mat, but Fishman was doing incredibly well. Now Dave is really starting to uncork with some big power shots, gets a knockdown a moment ago, and of course we're just about to start to hit the championship rounds. Jay, obviously you've said it a couple of times now, my man, he is a double champion. He's been to those championship rounds over and over again. He doesn't have to start fast. He knew he had 5 rounds to work, and maybe this was part of his plan all along, is to make his opponent work hard, get to those later rounds and really turn up the action.
Yeah, it's the experience. Even when Dave used to win 5 and lose 5, Dave has went against the best on both consoles. The experience level, he always had a fight through adversity. He'd be down the whole match, then he'd find a way to come back. All of that was character building and developed him as a fighter, and we can see it here, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, Dave so far is a lot more confident on the feet. I think that first takedown defense really made sure that he trusted himself, but we're on the mat again.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Like that ankle.
That is.
Yeah, I can't believe he's got it again, man.
Nearly gets cruised.
And I rate it. Like, Fishman's not being boring with this shit either. He's trying, man. He's trying in all regards. Grappling when it's on the feet, he isn't shying away. Just being all-round aggressive. But that gets him caught in a bit of a precarious position as he now gives up top control, finds himself inside control.
He's still got that.
Oh, wow.
Why does that Khabib still have that? I know they got rid of his rubber guard, I think, but they've still got him.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
He's in hell right now. He's in prison and he can't find a way to get out, Cyrus. Oh, he got out. He broke out.
I would deny there, but the top mount comes straight through. We've seen Dave's top mount before, can do a lot of damage. That probably led to the knockdown in the third. Fishman starting out the aggressor, but Dave's managed to get a good reversal in the last minute or so, and now he can finally get a bit more time to work. As the championship round go on, the champion's really starting to show here.
Yeah, nice. With excellent denials, got to give Fishman extra credit. He finds himself on bottom, seems to be composed. Got an early post, managed to block that first strike, which kind of offsets some of the ground and pound momentum that Dave was trying to mount. But once again, oh my goodness, I was going to say out of the frying pan into the fire, but it looks like Fishman just completely cerebral right now. I feel like he's fighting with, like he's got nothing to lose, Jay. That's what I'm getting from Fishman. He's just coming out here trying to hit on his best performance and letting the kind of cards fall where they may. And so far, he's done a really impressive job of kind of making this in a highly competitive fight. I don't know which way it's going. Depends on how the judges score it, but he's doing a really good job.
Man, listen. Fuck that it's competitive. He's not here to make it competitive. He's here to win. And right now, he got to do something to take momentum away because Dave has been... Oh, no, he took it. Yeah, now he took it. I was about to say.
Oh, my.
He's about to fuck up. I was about to say, he got to take momentum from Dave. Because Dave has taken momentum, and he had his opportunity. And here's where experience level going to kick in, Doc.
I feel like a lot of the Edmund Dave is doing is preemptive.
That body shot.
Yeah, I'm just not.
It added up. Cyrus,
Attack
it added up.
Attack the body. The rest shall follow. Excellent work from MK Dave. Sticking to the game plan, sticking to the script, working that body over and over again over the period of 4 rounds until he got the rock. Manages to sink in a little submission right there. Does basically nothing to the submission bar. Annoys the shit out of me, but like he's just piling it on right now, Dave is.
Dave's got the stand advantage now. It's not much, but it is something. And any little shot now he lands is going to do some serious damage. He is though. I mean, both of them are still like one shot on a big counter.
I'm really impressed with Fishman's timing. Like, he's not the prettiest on the feet, but my goodness, does he find a way to land some big power punches and make them count, Jake.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't care about how pretty the food is. We care about how the food tastes. Yeah. And it's not the prettiest striking, but it's effective though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, it's fuck ugly, but it's doing the job and it's working. And that's the biggest thing that you want to be seeing, especially against someone like Dave, who has seen a lot of variations in striking, fought a lot of people, fight the best of the best. If you're managing to land and do it that way, no need to change it, just do it.
Gets those toes right in Khabib's face to start out round 5. 5th and final round. The championship rounds are being fully utilised here this evening. And MK Dave stops the takedown, Jay. That's massive for him.
And he gets the takedown of his own. And this is bad. I don't care how good the grappler is. If you're Khabib, you don't want to be on the bottom of side control.
So it's 2-2?
Positions that I don't know. I don't know what this is, but I know where momentum is swinging. Momentum is swinging.
Momentum's definitely streaming Dave right now, yeah.
He's got the stamina advantage, got a second submission in. I feel like he's going to try and get a submission in this fight. I mean, there's a reason he's going for it. It's not just for the judges. I feel like he's setting it up. Oh my! Fishman crumbling under the pressure right now. You can see the frustration flying knees, body rock, sat down.
Man, listen, he got folded like a chair. You aim for the body, the head will fall. And now the head's about to fall. The body shots led to that. He invested early, and it led to the victory. That was a war, though. Shout out to Fishman for putting up a great fight. Great fight right there.
100%. 100%. Now look, I'll say that at this point, right, in the card, in Primetime Season 3, the idea for coming into this season is we're going to split our roster a little bit, have the pro circuit and the amateur circuit completely separate from the pro, different records and everything like that, earning your way onto these live events. All pro fights will be aired, basically. And your record obviously plays a big factor in that. Fishman with a performance like that, he gets another fight, man. He gets another fight on the pro circuit. I feel like that was a really, really solid performance from him up against the double champion, right? Like the most active and recent double champion. Dave has not looked mortal for a long time, and he looked mortal here this evening. He had to battle adversity to get that victory. Well. First one in the books. That sets us up very, very nicely. We'll be moving on to the next momentarily, finding out who will be fighting Dave in the next side of the bracket. Dave is obviously a threat, man. It's not like he's not the favourite. He's one of the favourites, if not the favourite, of course, being double champion at the end of last time out. But we're going to find out if he's going to be fighting Asher and KY. How do you say it? Sin, right? Is it Sin? S-Y-N?
It's Syndrome.
Syndrome.
Is his full name, but he goes by that.
Syndrome. There you go.
Hey, hold on. Swaggy look a little different beside me. Swaggy look a little different.
It doesn't say Swaggy. Damn it! I thought I changed this shit.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know Swaggy wore glasses.
He does.
Yeah, something's different about him. I don't know what it is.
Well, there you go. I'll get that shit changed. There you go. Appreciate you letting me know. Doctor, there he is. Okay, so with that, I believe that we'll just go across to the card bracket real quick. You see AKA Dave advancing to the quarterfinals here this evening. We will be finding out if it is Asher who answered the call on short notice, been in the chat very, very actively. He doesn't believe anybody's on his level. He thinks that he's fought the best of the best in other leagues around the place, and I think he was saying he's undefeated. I don't know if that's true or not. Some people just talk, you know. But if is that real?
Okay.
Is that real, Doc? Is he undefeated?
Yeah, this season,
That
Asher is.
I
He's
mean, this
1-0.
season he hasn't fought.
Oh yeah, hold
Oh, you
on,
mean
hold on.
1-0?
You said he's
Okay.
1-0.
Yeah,
Stop.
because he's
Hey,
a replacement off the unairs.
1-0, undefeated. He's never been defeated. You hear that? It don't listen. It don't matter if he's 0-0 or
I'm
1-0.
pretty sure he's
That O is
competed
there.
in previous seasons and has most likely got a loss, but that's here nor
Hey,
there.
listen,
matter.
yeah, we're
Right
not
now,
talking
he's
about that.
undefeated.
Doesn't matter right now.
Right
Exactly.
now, Asher's here to take over.
Yeah,
and
he's-
K1 syndrome is going to
he's
have
undefeated.
to fight his ass off, it appears. In all seriousness, it'd be interesting to see what he does, Asher. I'm not too familiar with this guy's game, but hopefully I will be by the end of this one. Got a reasonably credible threat. I think Syndrome, is just on the outside of. I think he's like 20 or something like that, wasn't he, coming in? Because he was a replacement for this card as well, I believe. So I think that he ended out last season as around 20. So it'll be a good test for him. Be a good test for him in this very first fight.
Man, I love when we get new fighters because often they're the toughest to beat because there's no footage on them. We've never seen them fight. It's not like you're fighting, say, a Fad or a Trixie where we've seen them fight a million times. We don't know what to expect from him, Doc.
We really don't, and that's a really fun part, especially someone who uses Holloway and Poirier together. These two are bound to put on a good fight. Poirier's got some powerful hands from Asher, and as that new upcoming fighter, that just makes him even more difficult. So far, calm, steady, under these bright lights. He's looking all the hallmarks of what you're going to be seeing from a pro fighter right now.
I will say that he's got all of the hallmarks of like the American Psycho. He's playing with zero audio. Like, I just think that that's
Zero?
psychotic, man. That is psychotic.
Oh my god.
No
How
crowd.
many people play with no audio?
Like nothing.
Yeah.
Can't even hear the punches land. This guy's playing in silence right now.
So all
I
you
get
hear is
no
buttons.
crowd.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Like I could never do that. Like I know a lot of people play with no vibration and stuff like that. I need a game volume and I need vibration because I want to feel like I'm in a fight. If it don't sound like I'm hitting you, how do I know I'm hitting you? I think the punches don't hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can get away with like no vibration. Like I can
Lovely
understand
counter.
that, but like no sound, no fucking sound, man. Like that's mental. But look, he's obviously like on his Dominic Cruz right now. He just no excuses, absolutely psycho level abilities, and just trying to showcase that there's levels. Getting pushed back a little bit. Syndrome taking the center of the cage right now, trying to be the more rangy fighter and win with volume. I think he's getting, or trying to at least get the death by 1,000 cuts going. Got to be very mindful, though, Jay, of the power that comes from Dustin Poirier's hands. I mean, that guy is no slouch by any stretch.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Asher is getting pieced up by Syndrome right now. Syndrome is putting hands on him, and if he add defeat, it's gonna get bad for him, Doc.
Yeah, he's poking, he's prodding every time every time Asher comes in, he's getting clipped like that, and that's really not helping him right now. He's not really focusing the body at all because he just knows that he just needs to land that lead or rear hook every time Asher comes in the pocket. It's going to do more damage, and then by the time he comes to reset in, like as you're saying now, the head health is just not recovering in time, and it's allowing him to get the opportunity to stun him again.
Look, the one thing I will say about Asher is he talked his shit before coming into this one, and now he's trying to back it up, and I appreciate that, Jay. I appreciate that. Win or lose, right? Talking that sort of shit means that the pressure is on you, for better or for worse. It puts the pressure on and gets people engaged in what's going on.
And I love when people talk shit because I don't want everybody to be humble. It has to be a balance. We got to have a number of humble people and a number of shit talkers. Because I like when someone talks their shit, even if they don't back up the shit talk. It's just having the balls to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're putting everything on the line here. If you lose, people won't laugh. But the fact that you got the balls to talk your shit and then go out there and fight.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. I mean, if everybody's the good guy, then the good guy makes it means nothing. It literally means nothing at that point. You've got to have the bad guy to make the good guy, and same vice versa. So complimentary, the way the Syndrome has approached this, being quiet and calculated in his approach in this fight, and both in his lead up to this bout. And so far, that seems to be paying off for him. Switching stance occasionally, throwing a high variation of shots, towards Asher's way, Doctor. And once again gets a rock. Lovely check hook from him right there. Beautiful work.
Oh, man. Go forward.
Honestly, he's looking lovely. The striking's calm, composed. He's making some really short shots. He has a couple of beautifully timed check hooks. Not really committing. He's happy just to stand in the pocket, maybe take a few shots and back out, see how his opponent's reacting to it. He has been caught a few times, but he's catching his opponent 10 times harder and forcing counters into ways that make it more beneficial for him here. It's a beautiful performance for the Holloway pick here.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. It's looking really bad for Dustin. There we go.
Uh-oh.
And when I said that, he did. Right when I said that, Dustin has stunned him.
Oh.
Maybe I gotta say some more stuff like that. Maybe I gotta say that. Maybe I gotta say it's looking horrible for Dustin. For him, never mind. It is actually looking horrible now. Whenever I say the opposite will happen. Whenever I
I'm
say,
not gonna lie to you, man. After
jinxing it.
you were speaking, whatever you had said, I was going to say that exact same thing. I was about to say that Dustin
Yeah,
looks like he's
and-
getting cooked, and then he came out there with that combination, that little flurry. But he is now getting cooked. So like,
I'm jinxing. I'm jinxing. Like,
Oh my
sometimes I just
God.
gotta be quiet because I feel like I'm jinxing the fighters at this point.
there ain't no such thing. There ain't no such
Well, that
thing.
went from 0 to everything in about 15 seconds. Rolling over now into the top position. Poirier. What? Okay, fair enough. I would deem it an odd choice, see if he can get some ground and pound back, but he's seemingly wanting to get back straight into the action, not wasting any time. His head health is arguably shot, even with the limited punch power of Holloway. But here we go, back into it. A minute 30 left in this 3-round fight, and this is just...
Loving the body roundhouses from Max Holloway up until this stage. Straight and a left hand lands. Absolutely brutal work. Victimizing Asher at the moment. Asher really has to find a way, and he does. Left hand lands.
Yeah, he found a way. He didn't found a way. I'm up, and he's back on the ground.
Rock and
what's
sock
crazy?
robots in this thing right now.
Man, it's over.
Yeah, come on.
It's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Man, great win. Sin looked really good, but I will give Asher credit here. I'll give Ash credit. Ash didn't lay down. Like, when it looked bad for him, he got a stun. He got his moments in between, but overall, he needed to go forward. He fought going back. It felt like Dustin was getting pushed back the whole match, Cyrus.
It did. It really did. And look, ultimately with this as well, I just feel like if he played with sound, his performance would have got 20% better, and he may have, may have had a bit of an improvement. But look at the statistics there. He did, like you said, he didn't go out without the fight, but he did get brutalized. Like the stats show it. So Asher needs to go back to the drawing board. He will be back, I am sure. It'll be interesting to see how he battles this adversity. But Syndrome, maybe one of those dark horses. I mean, like I said, he was on about the 20-ish ranking mark, I believe, at the end of last season. Answered this on short notice. And with performances like that, he could go a long way. I mean, he might be a dark horse. Obviously, the problem is that he's fighting Dave next, and that's kind of brutal. But he's going to have to be on that A game. If he fights like that, as clean as he did, he could have a pretty surprising performance. I'll be interested to see where he goes from here. But with that being said, we have a little look at the next side of the graphic decor. The next part of the fight, I believe we have AKA CV up against Eyes Wide Asleep. Is that right? Yeah, Eyes Wide Asleep.
Yeah, that's
Also known as
Glock
Glock
Dookie.
Dookie.
Yeah.
Glock. Okay, there you go.
Yes.
I know Glock. So yeah, this should be a very interesting fight, to say the absolute least. CV, one of the most cerebral fighters that you will see, striking mastermind, doesn't quite cover it.
I think it was because
Glock's
fucking
talking through his
JUFC
stream,
was-
so I'm gonna have to mute him. But you hear that man talking through his stream. But yeah, Glock is gonna come out here from what I can see.
I like this match.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jay. These are mad picks. We have Islam for CV, and we have less mad for obviously Dukia, but he's going Charlie Olives, which is a good counter.
I like this matchup because
They were just arguing about fire picks. That's the entire malarkey, and we finally got here. They seem to have got a bit confused over the ban system and the way fighter picks works, which if you don't know, each fighter gets a ban, higher rated gets first pick. They got a bit confused over it, and we ended up with these two.
this is a good fight. Stylistically, this is a good fight. And I think Lil Jaden, Glock Dukier can make some noise here. And I haven't seen CV fight in so long. So who knows what he's been doing. I just think on paper they match up very well, Doc.
For sure they do. And the picks, they are good. I mean, for CV, it's a bit weird.
Very well.
This man is known for his technical striking. He's very thorough and composed man. I mean, a Conor McGregor or Dustin Poirier arguably would have made more sense, but clearly he feels threatened in some way by the Oliveira pick here and decided, okay, if he wants to have that grappling base, I might as well also have that grappling base here. And Islam does offer the striking side as well here.
Oh, nice. I was expecting this from K1 Glock Duke or Jaden because I remember when he fought MG, he made it ugly. He won by grappling him. He ruined MG's rhythm, and I expect for him to mix in a lot of clinches here, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think it'd be a smart move. Continue to interrupt the forward pressure. Yeah, I'm very interested on whether or not these guys do decide to engage in the grappling. I wouldn't be too surprised if they don't, quite honestly. The thing is, if it stays standing, even though CV is traditionally the better striker, I actually give the advantage to Charlie Olives on the feet virtually all of the time. There's the first takedown attempt. Doesn't quite get it. Oh wow!
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
And something like that can change the momentum because this fight was very competitive. It was now a drop didn't happen. This changes everything, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, basically guarantees he win rate, doesn't have to push as hard. The head health is suddenly feeling like it's less in his favour, and he has to be careful. It's also going to arguably kill his confidence in how he can go forward. He's going to be a bit more scared, a bit more unwilling to trade in a lot of cases here, so he's got to really just accept it, get that confidence back, and then get back and being on the aggressive side here, because if he doesn't get that back, he's going to find that it's just going to be a momentum into the favour of CV.
Jeez, and I'm not used to CV starting this fast. This fight is going fast, and both of them really don't care about their stam. Like this is a different pace than we're used to, Cyrus.
100% it is. I mean, it's only a 3-round fight. Obviously interesting to note. Mm-hmm. CV traditionally more of a 5-round fighter. Glock is, and I feel a lot of the pace of this fight is because of the way that Glock has approached it. He's got that kill or be killed sort of attitude. Did get rocked earlier on, but he's definitely pushing the pace with the clinches, the really rangy long shots as well. Just trying to get in there. Actually, really, once again, fighting like Charlie Olives, just trying to corral his opponent and land some very damaging shots. The knees, the elbows, the clinches, all working beautifully for him. Other than the time that he got slumped up against that cage, it was.
Did you see them punch numbers? Did you see?
I did not.
Did you see that? All right, so CV threw 103, Glock Dukier threw 67. Like that's like rare. That
it doesn't even.
It's usually the other way around. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't even feel that way.
It doesn't feel right that CV is the guy that's throwing more, but also, in my mind, I swear Charlie threw more. Like I'm obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm watching, but I thought he threw more. He obviously didn't.
No rematch.
No rematch. No touch of gloves either.
Nice. Oh, he's mixing in the clinches. Oh, but CV's catching him. Like I said, I thought after the first round that would discourage him because he got caught coming out the clinch last time, Doc.
Yeah, again, the clinch is such a risk. I mean, it can do some really good, but you also got to be so careful in a lot of cases. But we're here now. He's got to dig deep. CB grappling offensively has to be one of the first times I think I've seen it. Now I actually think about it, but nonetheless, let's see how he goes. Top mount against the Charlie Olives, got the heel hook as you're seeing there. Keep getting flicked to, but the rain down the shots is just going to get life harder and harder if you're.
Goes for the armbar.
He's probably going to get it too.
I'm fairly close to that's both out of stand, but trying to go for that, racing it, and he doesn't manage to get it. Looking at the fight stats as rolling around.
Oh, back into side control now. if you're Glock Dukier, you got to keep your composure here because you face adversity before. Because if you panic, everything will go wrong on the ground, especially against someone like Islam, Cyrus.
Absolutely, man. Much like we saw from Fishman with Khabib earlier, the top control of these fighters is something else, man. They have such an advantage in those positions. Now, obviously, in reverse, Charlie Olive's fantastic on the mat. I mean, his bottom game is unparalleled. Ability to throw up submissions, his rubber guard, and the ability to get reversals like we just saw right there, second to none. Using that jiu-jitsu wisely out here, Doctor, and now able to secure side control with 2 minutes left to go.
Yep, nice little reverser, given the last couple of minutes that he's been having, getting stunned in that top mount. If he can get maybe a deny off, which he ideally needs, but no, back on here now, put into a more submissive position, taking more damage unnecessarily. Islam could go for the drag, doesn't manage to get it, and then with a minute left, we are now back in center octagon with CV is arguably having the more controlling overall.
You know what's crazy? Glock Dukier needs a moment. He needs a moment right now because he was doing good on the ground here reverse position, but that's not enough because CV has got the big moment. He need a moment, a stun, just to maybe a sub just to change momentum, Cyrus.
Absolutely, he does. That was interesting. He needs to get a little unorthodox with it. I would not, I wouldn't really kind of throw out the ability to throw a flying knee or some of these jumping kind of switch kicks. You just need to get a little crazy with it, try to land some impactful shots, and really make CV second guess closing that distance because he's fighting him with little to no regard for the damage coming back his way right now.
He just doesn't care. He's throwing up triple uppercuts in a row. He's just standing in front and waiting for Glock Dukier to find something. I mean, the one move that Glock Dukier does keep doing is that moving head kick, and I don't think it's landed once, and he's just trying to land it. It's an incredibly difficult fight now if you're Oliveira here, sorry.
Man, this is tough, man. My bad, Cyrus. It was just tough.
The block is obliterated. I do kind of feel for Glock. I don't know if he's like used to fighting at high altitude, and that is a factor here, I feel. But incredibly stable. Obviously, just it's a little bit of a different thing, though. That's the thing about CV. He does fight. He trains at high altitude. He fights at high altitude. This man is built different, quite clearly.
Yeah, he's kind of used to high altitude because I remember on UFC 4, me and him had like probably close to 1,000 sparring matches. Like, I've never he plays so much on high altitude. It's like you're in Utah again, and the only way to prepare is you got to spar in your camp. You got to have people from different places so you can get used to high altitude. Not just American and not just people from the UK. You need a mixture of everything, Cyrus.
100%. This man's been training at Big Bear all the time, bro. All the time. Once again, not over though. Third round, 3 minutes left to go. Head kick lands.
Ooh, there we go. It did some damage too, Cyrus. It's not over.
Very unfortunate.
No.
Well, CB hitting him with the old switcheroonie right there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a calm. It was like nobody was really making any commitments, and suddenly CB's just landed 3 shots in a row and it's kind of killed it. And it kind of feels like that right now. The fight's gone on so long. Glock Dukier has taken so much damage that it's just a case of when CB's going to land that big counter more than if he's going to land it. I mean, 2 minutes left in the round. It's looking more and more like he may not be able to make it to the judges' scorecards here.
Nice work. Pressing him up against the cage. Weird elbow on the inside. Uncharacteristic for him to miss a shot like that, but he's trying to get sneaky with it, trying to cut off that cage and really, really impose his will and presence on Glock.
I'm not even mad about that knee he threw because he needs something right now. So he might as well throw them knees. Doc, he got to get off this cage. He got to throw something. Yeah. Even if it's unorthodox with no setup. Something has to land. That's the problem here. He wasn't able to gain the respect because he hasn't stunned him or nothing, Doc.
Quite honestly, it'd be better off running away and then just hoping he walks onto a punch after it, running after him, I feel like. But here we are in the center of the gun, and that block is destroyed, the head health is destroyed. There is just... Yeah.
Brutal, man. Brutal. And that's got to be it. Yeah, it is. And the elbow for the finish.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful work by CV. Like I said, respect to Glockdukia taking the fight at high altitude. Obviously a tough one for him. But nevertheless, CV manages to rise up in the bracket. I was losing track what I was saying. The bracket, that's what I meant to say. And advances to the next stage. We're going to find out who he will be fighting next. Very much next. So without further ado, we will get into the next one. We are going to be having... Wow, this is an interesting fight. This is a really interesting fight. Expect to see some brutal grappling here. We are going to be seeing Dasuki up against Eagle MMA. What a... I was going to say barn burner, but I don't know if that's the right description for this one.
So what do you want to say about it? What's the good way to describe it? This is a battle of wills right now. This is a battle of wills. I actually expect Eagle to maybe counter grapple unless Dasuki kind of tries to spam it. Then if he does, he's going to commit as well. But
well, it'll be interesting to see what type of version of Eagle we get. Because that's the issue with Eagle, I find as well, in my memory at least, is that we have seen him come out and strike with Damien Maya. We have also seen him come out and actually have fight IQ. So I do hope we get the fight IQ version of Eagle, especially with something like Islam here. But we'll wait and see. Suzuki going Khabib, which is not the first time we've seen Khabib, and we all know the power and the difficulty that he can show, especially up against people like Dave. But with Suzuki, I feel like it's going to be another type of grappler.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Another kind of grappler. So I don't know how this match goes because Eagle MMA hands has been looking elite lately, but I remember when he was known as a grappler. So he always has that in his back pocket. And Dashiki, you know what he want to do. You know what he wants to do.
Well, we're here.
And now we're here. I want to let Cyrus talk because Cyrus is a big fan of Dashiki. And
yeah, I actually don't mind, man. I think he's adjusted his style. And I will say, the thing I respect is that most people, when they're up against Eagle MMA, tend to avoid grappling. Not Dashiki. Dashiki says, fuck all that noise. I'm taking this man down in record time. And manages to mount him as well. I mean, are you mad? Crazy, crazy work ethic from Dasuki, who is looking to impose his grappling will here this evening.
And the arm triangle, but it's denied.
He's trying to get an upset here, and he started like the first Khabib we seen. He starts the match off strong. Got to take down real early. Doc, will he be able to keep this momentum?
No.
Dang, no.
Just not from that.
No.
Wow.
Well, from that one position there, he definitely did not. But so far, though, he's still in top position. So
Dr. B. Dashiki, 2025. Bucket right here.
Ooh, lovely.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
This guy's showing the full array of what's available in the grappling exchanges right now.
Yeah, he went from a counter sub, went for the transition into it, then got that denied as well. Now getting the get up. I mean, if you're Eagle, you're working that body, you're attacking that stam, and then to hope for coming into the second round, you're able to get ahead that way. You must imagine, but so far though, Eagle just trying to keep that distance, playing the range game with his striking, just looking just to poke, prod, and score on the judges' scorecards there, I feel like.
Nice. And here's the thing. I feel like him having that success against Eagle with the grappling may have just made Eagle mad. Like, I'm going to be real. Like, sometimes it makes people panic or sometimes it makes them mad. And I think it may have made him mad.
People.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you grappling me?
I feel like Eagle just literally said to himself, challenge accepted. Like that's, I feel like that's what he said. I said, be careful what you wish for. Eagle MMA, no slouch on the mat. He can do it all. He's involving on the striking, but that was a nice little counter from Tainted Ember over here, aka Dashiki.
I mean, so far Eagles, I would argue, is winning. I think Suzuki looked good to begin with.
But let's be real. Dashiki, let's give him credit. This man, I don't think, threw a punch for his first three fights. Like, this guy's now learning how to strike.
You said he threw a punch.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
You're saying he's the same as that Ryan Hall that we always watch. No, he just wasn't good at punch. He threw a few.
Okay, let me take it back. He only threw punches on the mat. He literally did not throw a punch on the feet.
He's evolving.
Yeah. He is evolving. That's what I'm saying, man. He's hitting that next level. He's been pushed to his limits, and now trying to find where that roof finally is.
Pushed to his limits is just throwing a basic combo.
Bro,
that's crazy.
100%.
That's crazy.
He got forced. He didn't need to go there before, man. He didn't need to.
Yeah.
People have to stop his grappling first.
So, okay.
Which one is Dashiki? He is red corner. He is Khabib.
I disagree when you said people couldn't stop. It's not like he was winning. It's not like he was winning those fights you were talking about.
He did win those. Not all the
Thing, my bad. Yeah. I was gonna say.
He won enough, you know.
You set the bar too low. You said that's him pushing his limits, throwing a basic combo. That's crazy.
Set your limits low or set your expectations low enough, and you will always have success. That's his. I don't know.
That's real.
That's real.
That's real.
Jordan Peterson for you right there. Right. With this one, Dashiki now on the feet. Obviously, a little bit more comfortable here than he has been in the past, but still definitely at a disadvantage when it comes to the striking combinations that Eagle MMA has for him. Also, Eagle MMA starting to get a bit of a stamina advantage, which could become problematic later on in the fight if it makes it to this third round. Especially if Eagle keeps going after the body, dog. I mean, he's definitely fishing for it.
Yeah, lovely little counter there to the... I completely forgot the word. But yeah, he's fishing for the body. I mean, Eagle striking looks fantastic throughout this. He's slow, he's steady, he's calm. He's getting good distance at all times. And Suzuki, he's still developing that striking as you were talking about earlier. And like, although it has improved leaps and bounds from where it is, it's still not up to the level you would expect it to be for a lot of these guys at this tier. But he's got the grappling to make up for it in a lot of cases.
Oh man. If he gets a pull counter again, he shouldn't go to the body. He should go to the head because he's so Khabib body held so low, he's scared of it. He's blocked the pull counter to the body the last 3 times. He's not looking for the head anymore because he's so worried about that body, Cyrus.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. He gets another takedown. I mean, that's just so surprising. Really surprising.
His stamina is toast, though. That's what I'm worried about going in round 3 because I think Eagle can put his foot more on the gas going in round 3, knowing that Khabib is huffing and puffing out.
Yeah, I mean, for Eagle, he doesn't really have to worry. Like, even if he does get on the mat.
Hold on, wait. Look, he may have to worry. Look at these numbers. He may have to worry.
But this is the thing. John Africa hit the nail on the head right there. It was in the chat. One of the competitors you will see later on this evening, obviously fellow commentator for on occasion, literally said, "Am I crazy?" But he's Dashiki up 2 rounds.
No, he is 2-0. He is up. I will say. Now,
according to those stats, yeah, he is. This is...
Yeah. Now, Eagle has to put his foot on the gas. And you know what Khabib has to do? He has to get on him. Why would you...
Why? Just...
Why? Okay.
I think it's because he didn't respect it. He didn't think that he had the head movement in it. I think that's what it was. Also, this is balls to the wall sort of moment. He has to absolutely, he has to take big risks because he's down 2 rounds. I think we can all...
Yeah, he has a stamina to do it, but Khabib is smart for taking him to the ground. But yeah.
Well, to this game, I guess, is the answer here.
Gets him down, 3 minutes 30 left to go. With some top control, he may be securing himself a victory.
He has to do something because you can't win by just defending on the ground. He has to either reverse it or get something. But the problem is, it gets bad if you got to get desperate here.
I mean, either way, you've also got Khabib on top of you. The man's got 100 top control basically. And, like, he's not going to exactly get off you willingly. Especially after he's already up 2 rounds according to the judges' scorecards, according to the stats.
He's just gonna hold position.
Yeah, I
To
don't
be
blame
real,
him.
that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is the one time where you can't really get mad at him for holding position.
No, I can't get mad. I'm here for one thing and one thing only: to win.
Entertainment.
Yeah, no. He's not here for entertainment. He's here to win. That's what he's here for.
Uh-oh.
Now,
If I'm Eagle, I get up. I think
if I
that's what
can't
you
get top mount, I'm getting up. If I can't get top.
Yeah. Oh, it's got top mount.
Yep.
I just want to point out, I mean, I see Buck in the chat saying that, like, back in UFC 4 days, this guy wouldn't have existed because of the rules that we had. We still have the fighting spirit. This guy is not just trying to stick on top of his opponent and, like, do nothing else. He has fought it out on the feet. He's done some good ground and pound. He's advancing position. Like, he's being active. I don't understand the high-level takedowns, don't get me wrong, but, like, he's not really being spammy.
Okay, he's got that. He needs another 3. He needs another 2 submissions.
I don't agree with going for that. Only because it's Khabib. You're going for one. Like, and it's not a lot of time. It's less than a minute. I think he got to reign ground and pound.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, whatever the judges' scorecards now are set, it's going to be the case of will the judges see at least one of those rounds in Eagle's favour? And I think the answer is maybe not looking at the stats. Here we go.
Here we go.
Elbow. We'll have to see. Judges are, like I said, the most accurate part in the game, just in how wildly inconsistent they can be. So you never know. But multiple people seem to be all in agreement that Dashiki may be advancing through this next round.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, and it is. And it is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. All she wrote. Unfortunate for Eagle. I'll be honest with you, that was a surprising one. I thought Eagle was, like, if I was putting down bets, I would have said Eagle was going to walk away victorious in that one. I thought he had the grappling shots to anti-grapple. Oh wow. Okay, this could play to his advantage. It could play against him. But we are up next. I'll bring it up to the graphic. We were
Hold on, what happened?
We were scheduled to be having K1 Animal Batista up against John Africa, but Batista seems to be MIA. He will have until the end of this bracket to turn up, or John Africa will get a bye to the next round. And obviously that could play in John's favour, or it could play against him. Obviously it means, we saw it last time out, you're not as warm if you don't, if you're not compete, don't have that first matchup. Some people think it's an advantage being moved straight on to the next round, but it's really not. It's really not. Then we get this next one. So that does mean we're about to see V-Pain up against AKAMG. We both know right now, J-Dime, this in an incredibly interesting matchup, 2 contrasting styles between 2 top competitors, 2 former champions at that.
Okay, so who'd you say was fighting?
MG, aka MG, up against
versus
V-Pain.
Hey, that's interesting, because I want to see how V-Pain gets out of the way of them straight shots that MG throws. This is a good matchup. I don't think I've seen this on UFC 5.
Yeah, wrong, bro. I don't think these guys have matched up on UFC 5. Tony Ferguson for V-Pain. Interesting.
Okay, I don't know who I want to win between Tony and Dustin. Because listen, on one hand, yeah, I know I don't like Dustin, but
I'm not going to fight anymore. Wow.
No, and y'all know what I want to happen to Tony Ferguson in the cage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Until he decides to retire. So, so I'm treating this like this is real life. If Tony Ferguson don't retire, I want him to take a vicious beatdown.
I want to see an Imanari roll right now.
Yeah, but we're not going to see it, Matt. We're not going to see that. Oof.
Oh, okay. Nice little bit of striking. Lots of head movement already, both of them.
MG also plays with 0 audio. What is wrong with people? That is crazy.
I feel like it must be a PS setting or something now. Because that is too strange otherwise.
Yeah, 0 audio?
V-Pain doing a good job of just being unorthodox, throwing single shots, not really throwing any combinations, setting up that double leg bail, taking the back, and does get the takedown.
Ooh.
Excellent work, but utilized and expended a lot of energy to get to this position. Has to make it work for himself there, Jay.
Yeah, like for me, those takedowns are hit or miss because they're very explosive takedowns that drain all of your stamina. So you gotta, if you get it down here early, you have to you have to do something because if you don't do no damage, you done wasted time and wasted your stamina, which you can't get back, Doc.
Yep. For sure. I mean, he does have to. Yeah, it's always the case. It's a stand management of how much damage you do versus how much exposition you do out of it. But I've also just noticed it is 5 rounds, as people have pointed out in chat, which is good.
Well, they've got 3 to get it done. So
Yep.
they've got 3 to get it done.
It really is. Hopefully they're able to do that.
If you're new to this, we don't run it back. We don't give them a bye to just get the first look at each other in the first round. If it hits that fourth round, one of them takes a little bow and the other one kicks them in the face. We look at the judges' scorecards and we get the round-by-round analysis. That's how it works.
Ooh.
Lovely little bit of fake in there to get the stat card. Not much damage done. Only on the block now, rolling over into the half guard. Poirier get in top position. Not a great place to play. Got to be honest. Ferguson's on bottom is probably nearly as worse as him on top, especially with the rubber guard in full guard here. So got to be careful. Submissions galore as well, which also poses a risk. But MG negating all that by just getting up.
This is where it gets crazy because I think MG has the advantage on the feet, and if it's clean, it's his type of fight. Payne has to keep mixing in them clinches and the grappling because on his feet, it may look ugly, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think that it'll be almost one-way traffic on the feet, to be honest with you. It's not like V-Pain isn't capable of landing some shit, but let's be real. I mean, it's all about MG when it comes to the striking. This man is made for it. This is what he does.
Took him a while to figure out uppercuts exist, but as soon as he worked that one out, he was flying through the paces, and as you can see now, he is just pushing forward. During that first round, like as you mentioned, MG is going to be leading the feet, as he's arguably won that round, 19 to 31 total strikes. It may be a bit different in terms of significance, but going to assume that a lot of those total strikes were landed on the feet as well. So that's a lot of damage there for MG.
Completely and utterly agree. Well, we'll see how the next round gets a going. Every round starts standing. Can V-Pain get an early takedown like he did in the last round? Or will MG start to get those hands going as he started to at the end of the last?
Oof. And John Africa made a great point in the chat. He said that Prime Pain could make any fight dirty. He was DDP before DDP. He may be right. Even though this match may be over, but
not yet.
Right. Yeah, because V-Pain did have a way to make every fight dirty and get you in a sub, and he always found a way, Doc.
Yeah, he definitely always did find a way, and so far, honestly, his striking is very much chaos like Ferguson's. So, in that regard, he's doing a fantastic job at a Sim Ferguson. That moving back front kick is an insane idea.
Oh my! That was brutal. MG decides to separate. I think it's a smart move. Doesn't want to get tied up on the mat. Back to what he does best. Where his bread is buttered. That's striking.
Oh.
V-Pain's starting to look a little bit like a fish out of water now on the feet. I think he's getting a little bit frustrated. Needs to find his composure again so that he stands a chance in these exchanges.
Ooh.
Yeah, MG counters are just so much more on point here. He's moving his head, the straight lead uppercut a few times. That uppercut is landing consistently now, digging down to that body. Hasn't been a lot of the time. Getting that trade working in his favour, raining down these shots, looking to try and get a finish. Tony Ferguson surviving by the skin of his teeth, but not able to.
MG built different. Is that what we're saying? I think so. Like that was incredible work by him right there. V-Pain started out the fight very, very well, had his moments even on the feet, but ultimately MG was a mountain that was a little bit too high to climb when it came to the striking realm. Managed to employ his game plan early, stuck to the routine and repertoire of his striking, and ultimately found a way to finish the fight. Couple of wrong ducks You know, he zigged when he should have zagged, did old Tony Ferguson, but let's be real. Dustin Poirier, that power in the hands, controlled by MG. A dangerous, dangerous thing to consider, Jay.
Man, MG made a statement there. And now, going into the next round, we have a few AKA guys moving on.
AKA party right now, right? They're doing great.
Well, speaking of AKA, we've got our next contenders up, which is Amazon. AKA Amazon, yeah.
Well, another camp that's got at least one person through to the next stage right now, and that's K1. K1 Fee, obviously, we saw K1 Sin earlier on advance after a very, very strong performance up against Asher. Wonder if K1 Fee can be the second to move on, or will AKA continue to mass numbers in the quarterfinals? This does appear to be a very fan-friendly matchup in terms of their picks, from what I can see. Unless they change up on me last minute, Jay. We're getting Dustin Poirier up against Charlie Olives, and not new Dustin Poirier.
Okay, I like that. I like this matchup.
Man.
So we got Dustin versus. Okay, first of all, right, when it comes to Charles Oliveira, I understand he got his little alter ego shorts. Please put the shorts he used to wear on. Like, those are what I need him to wear. Like, I feel like those shorts fit him. So, like, it was weird seeing those shorts he wore. It's weird seeing those shorts right there, them white shorts. You gotta, man, put his traditional shorts back on.
Much love, the King, Jon Snow, dropping those biddies, showing support as always. My fucking man. We appreciate you, brother. Oh, it is heating up, Doctor. It is heating up. We're about to get to the quarterfinals. We're about to find out who gets there in this one. I believe these guys are cinching up the final stage of the right-hand side of the bracket. Oh, we've got one more after this, actually.
Yeah, we've got one more. Maybe Batista shows up, and maybe we can see that fight as well. If not, no, we'll be going into middleweight?
I ain't holding my breath. He was there, then
Bantamweight.
John Africa appeared, and then he was not there. I'm not saying that it is because of that, but some people say that coincidences don't exist.
So, are you saying he's ducking him?
I'm stating facts, brother. I'm stating facts. I don't know if he's ducking him, but I'm saying that he was there. Then John Africa, Red John Africa, appeared in the octagon.
All right. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? If it quack like a duck, it's a duck, right? So that's what you're trying. That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say he ducked it.
You know what? The thing is, I've said this before. I'll say it again. You don't lie, bro. You don't lie. Sometimes you hit that nail on the head, and I think that was one of those ones. Now, hopefully, Batista proves me wrong, and he shows up, puts the work to John Africa, and they have an incredible fight. But as of right now, I don't think that's happening.
We've seen a lot of grappling in this first round, which I don't know if it's good or bad. A lot of it's been very active, so it certainly hasn't been dull at any point, but it's weird to see all the PS lot, especially grappling like these. You normally expect the Xbox to do it, but hey, nice change of pace.
They're trying to win. Look, they're trying to win. Listen, yeah, that's the one thing. If I got to grapple to win, I'm going to grapple. That's how they're thinking right now, Doc. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care, oh, I'm going to have a clean striking match. No. Winning is the only thing on their mind.
Very, very true. Well, here we are in the backside position. Dustin Poirier on top, trying to land shots, trying to get ahead early on. Not exactly going his way, but give it a bit of time, give it a bit more desperation in Oliveira, and it can definitely start to open up other shots as time goes on here.
Maintaining that wrestling together, manages to get him back down to the mat. A dangerous proposition to engage in the grappling with Charlie Olives, whether that be in top control or bottom, but they get themselves back to the feet. Jay Diamond quickly, the hands start to fly. Is it me or does Amazon seem a little flustered? Like, he's normally a little bit more active.
Yeah, it's like he's not really sure what to throw right now. He's throwing combos. I mean, that kick was a bit too close in the pocket, some would argue, and he can't seemingly make a read here, Jay, compared to how normally how we've seen Amazon in the past.
Yeah, he looks lost in the sauce right now. He don't got his distance down. I think it's a case of he's probably still getting warmed up. He probably haven't been playing this game So I expect the second round for, oh my goodness, if it gets there, I expect him to look way cleaner in the second round than he did in the first, hopefully.
Something's going on with host stream. Hopefully that stabilizes. We want to see the action as it continues.
Amazon looking off in his cage, and so is his stream randomly as it skips a bit, but nonetheless. Crane kick out of nowhere, tries to catch him early after the touch of gloves, doesn't have any success.
This is the Amazon we know, Doc. I mean, he's coming out here now like, well, I'll tell you that round didn't go my way. Time to turn it off and risk it. Now he's risked it, he got clipped, but I think this is actually more the right approach. You've got to put yourself in the line of fire to either put yourself or your opponent down.
Tries to go for a takedown, no, not managing to get it. Starting to get a bit more into the open cage instead of his back against the cage, but he's struggling. Nearly catches his opponent, and Amazon, as you're saying, now starting to be a bit more aggressive. He's landing a couple more of those shots. He still seems to be getting a bit scared, but he just needs to go at it here, but that's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Amazon, but we have seen him face adversity many times, but not against feet. We've never seen him against feet, so this is a whole different monster he's going against, Cyrus.
Absolutely. I mean, he's looking sharp this evening. Absolutely. In every regard, the grappling, the striking, they're all looking very, very good. Another flying knee narrowly misses. They could have turned the entire tide of the fight, but somehow, some way, Fee finds a way to just about avoid them.
He's looking smooth right now.
Going right now. There it is, a little bit of a Beyblade out here, Jay.
He's having some success. He's getting his head health down to half, and then he's backing off afterwards. And he's just, it feels like he's not. He needs to be on the front foot if he wants to be doing damage here. Yet he doesn't feel comfortable in doing it. He can't push Poirier back in any regard. Like that, he's playing on the front foot. He's being aggressive. He's throwing those big shots that are leading to shots that he can then finally counter off. But again, as soon as he starts playing with that back foot again, he's unsure where to really throw.
And then when you say that he's back on his back foot, the thing is, I know people like fighting on their back foot. I'm one of them, but like when you have more success going forward, you got to change it up and go forward. You cannot just stay on your back foot because that's what's hurting you.
Well, it'd be diverting your approach for sure.
I mean, the times you want to be on your back foot are either when it's working or you're training, because it's always good when you're sparring your teammates, working out what actually works on the back foot for you, how it does. In this case, Amazon just needs to be putting the pressure on them.
And this Fee guy looking dangerous, but gets clipped.
Uh-oh.
Amazon finds a way to get some damage off. That's crazy.
I feel like the commentary curse is really high tonight.
No, it's real. I'm telling you, we jinx people because if I were to say Amazon, he lands a big shot, if I say something like that, he's gonna get put out. That's what's gonna happen.
It's definitely feeling that way with all the fights we have seen tonight, and we are into the third round, if I'm not mistaken, I think.
Yeah, this start.
You ready to fight?
Yeah, this is the third round.
Ready.
And Doc's not enjoying the fight. He didn't even know what round it was.
It's just been a very closely contested fight in a lot of cases, slow, steady, and although Fee is arguably ahead in some cases, Amazon has had moments where he's looked quite good and possibility to win.
Nice.
Lovely.
I'm going to make this work for him. Third and final round. A lot of time to work with him.
Nice. Nope. He needed that. He has to, I don't know how the judges are scoring this, but he has to do something big this round. And he let him get back. I don't know how he let that happen.
Ele vai te estrangular sim, se protege aí.
Just kind of waiting for something to happen. Nobody really wants to get denied. If they do, suddenly they're at the stamina deficit and makes their life difficult. And grappling now, slowly bringing it down, getting that trip into the back sitting position. Armbar could be the offer, but instead a background into backside, and we may just end up in this loop for a bit until someone figures out one way past. Like Amazon doesn't want to go to full guard, he doesn't want to waste time getting up from that position. Hit backside's fairly easy, but then Poirier can just drag him back down, managing to get the break though, and we're back into this footsie's game of who's going to be playing on the back foot, who's going to be pressuring, and who's going to be landing those clean shots here. As 2 minutes closing on them here, Joe.
Man, it's like Amazon distance has looked bad all night. I can't lie to you. Like, there's so many times he swing at air, Cyrus.
Oh! Wow. Well, that's not swinging at air from B, though. B has been clinical the entire night. My goodness. Didn't just sit him out or sit him down. He sent him to the land of wind and whispers right now. His family already starting to write the obituary, making those funeral arrangements. We may have just seen our first death.
I just read something crazy. Yeah, Charles went out for the count. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Freaking Joe, I was about to say, what did you read that was... I see it. I see it.
Yeah, I have seen it as well.
Okay.
Jesus.
With that being said, with that being done, without further freaking ado, we move upwards and onwards to the final fight of the right-hand side of the bracket. Now, as of right now, John Africa has got a bye to the next stage, and let me just double check. Yep, that's happening. So he's got a bye onto the next stage, and Batista ducked him. No other way to say it. He ducked him hard, and John Africa obviously just built different. He beats his opponents before they even step foot in that cage. With that, though, do you know what time it is, J-Dime?
What time is it?
It is SB as UFC up against Jody, BJJ. Jody, of course, an incredible competitor, has been doing really good work throughout the last season, and Naz needs very little to no introduction. Former double champion, multiple time Xbox, multiple time PlayStation champion, a lot of accolades under that guy's name, and of course streaming sensation himself. I think that this is if it plays out on the feet, which I largely expect it to, I said that and I just realized he's picked Islam. I think this could be a really interesting fight. Strike for strike, I think that this is incredibly interesting. Whether or not Naz decides to mix it up and grapple, that I think is the X factor in this one.
Oh, that Connor, man, I've actually been playing this game recently. I played that Connor earlier. And Connor is damn near God on the feet. Like, listen, if God can throw punches or kicks, it'd be that Connor right there. That's what it looks like on this game.
Yeah, that Connor has some of the most stupid stats I've seen over the course of UFC 3, UFC 4, and UFC 5.
Yeah, but I can't blame them because it's from that one day. That one day he faced Eddie Alvarez. He looked like the scariest fighter I damn near seen in my life. That day, that specific day, he could make no mistake.
It's very true. I mean, those stats definitely represent it. You can't really argue with it, but it's also insane nonetheless. But here we are. You could have banned that, but here we are. Naz having the ability to go in Islam. He has the opportunity to grappling if he wants to. He's getting stunned already a bit too early on. And the one thing that you do got to remember about this McGregor is I do believe he only has 88 cardio, which is nice.
Oof.
Wild.
That's a really solid start for Jody, of course. I was going to say Naz was looking very clean with his head movement early on. Did get clipped. As we said, that Conor McGregor doesn't take too many to find the chin and to make it really count for him. Naz, of course, not going to get rattled this early on by a little stun, though, J-Dime. He's going to continue to try and apply his trade and find openings whilst targeting some key areas, like that leg.
Man, that is the area he's targeting because a leg kick isn't tough to check, but a low calf kick is tough to check on here, especially if they time it the right way. Because Naz is throwing uppercut, then throw a low calf kick. Then at the end of the combos, you throw that, it's really tough, and they're going to add up for the later rounds, Doc.
Yeah, the calf kicks can add up really quickly as well, weirdly. You only need 3 or 4 of them. And when they do get checked, they don't do anywhere nearly as much check damage as a normal leg kick check does as well. So they're just really nice. You can stick them in the indie combos. Lovely little deny there, though, by Joby. Joe going for his own takedown in return, not getting it either. Now, so far, having a difficulty in this first round, but again, this man's been hit every step of the margin. He's fought plenty of people, so he knows how to set everything up, come back in time, and that calf kick seems to be his main game right now. Work up top a bit, make him think he's going for the head help, but over time, just slowly work that leg, get the power of McGregor down, making it a bit easier to trade later down the line. Hopefully, during that time, his chin isn't murdered.
Well, the action continues. What many may have considered the favourite coming into this bout in Naz UFC, potentially down this round. He still has a minute to try and pull it back.
Nice.
I have had the fortune of fighting Jody BJJ on UFC 5 and on Undisputed for that matter, and I can tell you this guy is legit in every single way. Definitely a thinking man's fighter, has a very cerebral approach to the game, and knowledgeable himself. Interestingly enough, black belt in real life, but likes to throw those hands in UFC 5, and I can't blame him because he's clean with it, Jay. He's clean with it.
You know why he liked throwing the hands more than grappling on this game?
What's that?
Because real life jiu-jitsu and UFC 5 are nowhere near similar.
You ain't wrong.
Like, no,
You
like,
ain't wrong.
listen, like, in real life, I can't stam drain somebody with an arm bar. They don't teach that. I
don't
wish
know,
that was
bro.
an option.
Got some mystic techniques. I mean, there's some people.
I wish that was an option, but that's not an option in real life.
Here they go. Potentially one in the bag for Jody BJJ. Only 3 rounds potentially scheduled as a whole. Lovely little duck. You see that Naz really zoning in on the head movement, but superb takedown defense there, Doctor. Absolutely vital at this point.
This is a tough one for Naz so far. He's having some real difficulty just trying to get around, especially as the fight continues. McGregor just being the more aggressive fighter, just picking his shots right carefully. Takedown finally happened. As soon as I say that, commentary just come into effect clearly, but a long time to work, 4 minutes in fact. Got top mount, you've got side control, you've got a lot of different avenues, but again, that sprawl position already and denied. That's a fantastic job for Joby right now. And it gets better.
Wow.
Wow. Okay then.
Yeah, that was unlikely right there, but Jody looks clean. He has to just check his legs, right? Which is tough. He did there. He just got to get the timing of the leg kicks, because on the feet, if you're evenly matched up, that Islam ain't competing with Conor. Oh my God. He was lucky he was far, because the match would have ended if he wasn't far.
Yeah, I mean, the head help is going into favour. I mentioned the cardio McGregor earlier was only 88, but there's not been a lot of body work. Joby has kept fairly composed. We're back down to the mat, but given Joby's last time here, same position, he managed to get up there quite nicely. Also, taking into account the stam difference, it means subs are going to be so much harder for someone like Joby right now. For now, sorry.
Yeah, I think he's going ground and pound exclusively anyway.
Jody composure is good though. Jody's fighting like he's been here before, Cyrus.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Man, this is
Wow.
There's the thing about Jody, and the thing I've always appreciated about him. I don't know if he's still in. I think he was in K1 for a while. I don't know if he's still in K1, but
Yeah, he
I
should.
think he is.
Yeah, he should still
is.
be in K1.
I'm pretty sure Dazuki's also in K1.
well, that's crazy. But like, I always said that.
That's crazy.
I always said that Jody was my favorite fighter from K1, not just because of the way he fights, but also because of the way that he approaches the game and the competition as a whole. Like, some people complain when they get like really tough matchups in the first stage of a Grand Prix. Not Jody, man. Not Jody. Jody literally went in there and just said, "It's going to be an honor to fight you. I'm looking forward to it." Put his nose down, got into some training, and obviously he's come out here this evening and he's putting on an absolutely stellar performance. That and the fact he has a very aesthetically pleasing style. This was low-key one of my
He's got to be careful now.
knockout fights of the night. You knew it was going to be an absolutely
He
incredible
got his timing. He's getting caught.
Yeah,
he's getting caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has gone from his fight to win to suddenly now's his fight to win.
That's the way it goes. Well, ups and downs, peaks and troughs in mixed martial arts, all momentum based. Naz has found an opening. He's trying to clearly expose it at this point. But as we saw earlier on, Jody also has his reads. I suppose it's just about who's able to continue to make those adjustments at this top level.
I knew I was coming. Hey, I'm so glad that he knew. Like, I'm so glad he did it. Like, he put his hands. I'm glad. Because some people will fall for that. Oh, I think it's 1919. I think this is the most important round right here.
This is the most important round so far we've seen on the GP, I think.
Oh. This may be the most competitive fight we've seen on the GP, to be real with you.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Eagle versus Suzuki was pretty competitive.
Oh, I forgot about that. This is more competitive than that because Eagle was down 2-0. This is 1919.
Coming into the third, it was definitely.
Yeah.
Getting the takedown defense of Joby Joe playing massive impact. The fact that he's managed to keep his stand that much higher, man, Naz helps him massively. But Naz has still damaged that head to have enough. Caused a stun and a knockdown in the previous round. He can't trade too much.
Whoa!
And that is a perfect shot at the perfect time there. Giving him the confidence. Naz probably a bit more scared now. Doesn't want to quite get aggressive. He wants to take down, just get that ground pound, I imagine.
Jody about
this is where Jody can't get carried away. Because we've seen him counter when people get carried away. And now Naz is going balls to the wall. Jody just has to keep his composure because you're up right now. You have to pick your shots.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking
Oof.
It's kind of the fact you want to trade, you want to engage, but you also don't want to at the same time. You really have to be so careful. Lovely little step back there by Connor. That lead hook there being one of the main shots. He got caught with it earlier, leans into it again. Granite pound now coming out, and Naz.
Jody,
let's go!
With the W. The Notorious.
Do you know how zoned in he was? He had his mic muted on his stream the entire time. As soon as he got that knockout, he unmuted himself and he gave out a battle cry of "Let's go!" And that guy zoned the fuck in, man.
Yeah, that was nice.
Jody's legit with it, man. He's fucking legit. If you didn't know, now you know. Now you fucking know.
Jeez. That was a beautiful performance because he faced adversity, high ball game. It's like hitting a game-winning shot. It's tied game. Last play of the game. You need a win. He puts his lights out.
Absolutely. And look, I'm just going to put this out there. Naz, double champion. Right? Multiple time champion. This was against no slouch. He just literally took out number 2 or number 1 seed in the entire thing. Which does that not just make Jody now number 1 or number 2 seed in the entire thing? We're gonna have to see. But he's put bit of a bullseye on his back. People are gonna be looking out for him as the tournament continues. I tell you that.
Man, that was a great win, but he has to understand that this is far from over. Like,
absolutely,
this can't be like he can't be like, this is my Grand Prix win,
bro.
This is not the win for him. There's more to go.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like, the work he did.
Great defense on the ground. Yeah, he fought beautifully.
Well, without further ado, we get into the next one. Now, as I mentioned, unless last minute appearance has been made, no, it hasn't. We do have John Africa getting a bye to the next stage. So let's have a little look at the graphic for you momentarily. There it is, quarterfinals, all in the books. Very first fight, we will be having a title fight, and that's going to be between the one and the only current champion, formerly double champion, in AKA Dave, going up against K1 Syndrome, and he is then going to be, or then we're going to see AKA CB up against Dasuki, and
which
then, of
is
course, John Africa.
Hold on, who's about to fight? Hold on, who's about to fight?
CV versus Dazuki.
That's not the next one, but yeah, they are going to be fighting. That's Crazy Road.
Okay.
Dave up against Syndrome is next. Then we have CB up against Dashiki. John Africa up against MG. And K1 Fee, the dark horse of the competition, going up against K1 Jody, BJJ.
I like these matchups. I like how this is shaping up right now. Like, it's nothing but great fights going into. Like, I love this. I'm ready.
Well, we don't have to wait, my man. We do not have to wait. Without further ado, we will get into Dave up against K1 Syndrome. Once again, 5-round fight. Dave will be putting his belt on the line as this fight gets going. The winner of it will be champion and will defend it later in the competition, or throughout the competition, I should say.
Let's get it. K1 Sin versus. I can't see your head's in the way again, Cyrus.
It's a big
Is
head.
that?
Bro.
Yeah, you do got a noggin on you.
It's Dave up against Syndrome. Syndrome's the one.
Okay, it's Dave versus Syndrome. There we go. Now, Cyrus, your head be in the way sometimes.
We'll just do this, bro.
Syndrome was the Max Holloway.
No. Put your head back on the screen, Cyrus.
Nah, it's too big, bro. It's too big.
Cyrus, put your head back on the screen. There we go.
Oh, we get to Prime TJ.
Ooh. Hey, that's interesting, because why does Prime TJ not have his movement?
It's EA. I think that I should answer the question.
And why does he have a better haircut? Why does he look... Why does he look different than the other TJ? Like, the other TJ model been the same since UFC 2.
It's because EPO changes your jaw structure. I think that's what it is.
Is that really accurate? Is that what really happens?
Bro, I have no idea. Just they are different though.
It's EA. I feel like at that point I should answer most. Umar's a fun little pick. Got a lot of the. He's a bit like PT Yarn, just with rubber guard. I want to say in a karate stance.
Man, shout out to TJ. I love TJ because of his footwork. I love fighters that have a high footwork
so
like
quick. That. Yeah, it's like back to his prime UFC 4 days.
Yeah, it's like using Dom with more power. That's what it feels like.
Very, very true.
Oh, dang.
Dave, fairly competent early on, having no real difficulties. Lovely little back take there, not getting anywhere. Now going for the clinch attempt again. Not getting anywhere, then digs to the body afterwards. A little small calf kick also coming through by both of these guys. Staying active in all regards, but also calm and composed, making sure their stamina is regenerating each time before they fire and not gassing out here, Joe.
Yeah, this is a good matchup too. Oh, I wonder how much Sin is going to use the wrestling, because I think at this point Dave is ready for the wrestling only because his first fight was against someone who kept shooting on him. It was a pure
it was literally Khabib. There was That's arguably your best warm up for your grappling.
Yeah.
It does feel like Syndrome is a bit too quick on the feet, if you know what I mean. He's just a bit too non-stop, not really giving himself time to breathe. Seems like the bright lights may have got to him a bit in some regards, but Dave's also playing at a very high pace. I just feel like he's a slightly bit more composed about it. He knows what he's doing in some regards, as you can see there with the stun.
Oh my, yeah, that's the thing, because there's such thing as fighting at a high pace, but there is such thing as fighting like your heart is racing. There's a difference. When you're getting sped up and you're fighting like you haven't been here before, Cyrus.
Absolutely. It's one thing about setting pace. It's another thing just fighting off the adrenaline, because when that adrenaline dump comes in, your cardio's gone bye-bye. MTA Dave also always puts money in the bank, man. He's a guy that targets the body actively. And it's just such a smart move. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, with that, that's one round in the bag for MK Dave there, as you see him get the stun, the knockdown, twice the amount of significant strikes, and then a bit more in terms of total strikes landed. Dave so far running the race, and for Syndrome, maybe just getting a takedown, being on top for a bit, having that calm moment to go, okay, I'm a bit more calm, I'm a bit more composed in this fight. Let's figure out what he knows, what he doesn't know, and then I can start implementing my game plan from there. Because I think in that round, it was just a bit too fast, a bit too much, a bit too quickly.
He need to take a deep breath. I'm gonna be real. That's what he needs to do. Take a deep breath, because he's fighting like he's scared. Like I've been there. You ever played sports and your heart's racing and now you going 100 miles per hour? That's what's happening to him.
Mm-hmm. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong at all, my man. Probably not even breathing. He's just out there holding his breath, trying to like charge forward, hitting, throwing punches.
Everything's going by fast right now for him.
It's also, he's got 5 rounds to work. He really doesn't need to rush this. He can go slow, he can go steady, he can make this fight more 60 strikes instead of 100 per round. It doesn't really matter, especially in these early rounds where you're still trying to establish yourself.
You can throw 100. It's just he's not doing that by choice. It's adrenaline making him do it. You can throw 100 as long as it's on your terms, Cyrus.
Oh,
exactly right. Oh my goodness, he's eating up.
Oh,
And the taunts, tripled up on that shit.
That's the one he was looking for the first time.
He did 3. He delivered.
No, he was looking for that one the whole time.
not that one, not that one. Oh, it's this one. Yippee!
Oh, there we go. We found it.
Oh, Dave is keeping at the end of his punches. The head health not recovering. The block is looking low and lower as time goes on. Dave's just keeping him there. The cut swelling there a bit more. 2 minutes left. Pushing him against the cage now. Shooting a takedown. Wanting to change everything up a bit.
Oh, my.
Suplexes to the back. And here we are now on the mat. The blood splattered everywhere. And he's just looking for the kill, it seems like.
Levels.
Apex Predator right now, brother. Yeah. Like, the way he's fighting, like... Honestly, I think that like grappling onslaught that Fishman gave him in the first round lit a fire under his ass. Like, he was like, never again is somebody putting me in that position, bro.
Yeah. It warmed his wrestling up, because if he was cold before, he's warm now, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, when they go out there, they just... Oh
my God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Wow. Wow.
Dave putting on a performance and a half. That ducking roundhouse, clobbering the head movement, wrong time, wrong moment, into it and into the realm of unconsciousness. Umar goes.
Damn, that was flawless.
That was
insane. That's something else. It's just something else. Dave, that man just built different. I said it before. I'll say it again. He found the recipe. He found the answer to having success. And once again, manages to close out the show. He ain't no boring fighter. He ain't trying to win minutes out here, J-Dime. He's out there to literally take people's souls. And he manages to do it again.
Man, Dave is so good at this game. And like I said, it's going to take a monster to take him out. And we do got some monsters still left in this bracket. But, like, you have to be up there to take him out, because like I said, it seems like Dave has seen everybody, because he's fought the best on both consoles, Doc.
And I mean, he definitely has. He's become the Xbox champion. He's become the PS champion. He's gone through both rosters, and yeah, it's looking very impressive so far. And it's only going to get more impressive, especially when you consider this next fight is going to be the guy that he's up against next. And that next fight is AKCV versus Dasuki, which, given both of their previous performances, is going to be one hell of a fight for this fight. And whoever goes on to fight Dave, that's going to be more insane, considering it's 5 rounds.
Is that how you really feel? It's going to be a hell of a fight? Like, stylistically, the way...
I'm assuming something's good going to come out of it. I mean, Suzuki and Igor and May had a very good fight, so I'm assuming he's going to do a similar one. We're in bantamweight this time. There's a lot of good performances. I mean, as long as he doesn't go Sterling.
Dang, what's wrong with him going Sterling?
The man has pillow hands. That's my only issue with Sterling.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing about Sterling, though. He has good kicks. He has a lot. He just can't crack an egg. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's got... Yeah.
No worry about Sterling, because we are having Umar up against TJ in this next one.
Ooh. CBTJ.
Yes, of course.
Them AKA boys love TJ. They love. The same exact matchup. Hey, we're
Well,
about
John
to watch
Africa might eat his shoe if Suzuki wins this.
He'll eat his shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I'm not gonna lie to you. Eating your shoe is crazy. You should have said eat a jean jacket. Because that's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm playing. All right, here we go. Oh, and here we go. I'll give him that. He's good at what he do because he knows what he wants to do, Doc, and he's committed to doing it.
I mean, the thing is also he has made leaps and bounds since since we first saw him. He was very much literally only doing this one thing. Now he has actually adjusted, gotten those hands to go along with it when he needs to. He makes it dirty. I would love to see him and V-Pain train together. Probably those two would probably work so well, all things considered.
Now this is the thing, they're at high altitude. The grappling can has a bigger impact on grappling than it's just striking.
So, is it smart for him to shoot on high altitude right now, Cyrus?
I think it's the only choice he has. He ain't winning again in the striking against CV. I just don't believe it. Stranger things have happened, I suppose, but he's that guy on the field.
Man. Like, the thing is, like he did last time, he got the takedown early, but the problem is it got reversed early too, Doc.
Yeah, and now CV's able to land some damage, show his grappling, get used to it, get comfortable there, make Suzuki scared of grappling, to be quite frank, as well. Like, if suddenly you're unable to grapple your opponent, then half of Suzuki's game plan here is going to be even weirder just to try to implement. Lovely deny. Lovely reversal. Again, I think though so far the damage leading towards CV with when you saw him get into that clinch, he landed quite a few punches there, getting a decent chunk.
The thing is though, the way Dashiki fights, it's good for him in a 3-round fight because him and CV are the opposite. CV starts slow, he starts fast. If he can get CV behind in the first round, it makes him have to speed up, Cyrus.
Absolutely, only 3 rounds for him to get it done. I thought he was about to get a submission off him with such an advantage stamina-wise.
Yeah, he hadn't wanted stamina rise, but due to the deny that Suzuki went for, he gave CV all the GA in the world. And given the high altitude that they are fighting at there, the GA, and that just leads to an easy race, I suppose. Nice little bit of striking there. Trying at the end, going into the favourite of Suzuki. 15 minutes left. And these two.
Pull back, body. Love it, love it, love it.
Round 1 to CV though.
That's a good round though for Dashiki. You still can have some confidence because you showed you can get the fight to where you want to get to. It's just if you can hold the position, but he got it there.
Flying knee as well. CV getting a little bit loose out there, J-Dam. You love to see it. When this guy gets creative, his opponents have problems.
Yeah, and I think him and Dave both had fights that could get them warmed up. That's what so like CV fought Glockdukia, Jaden, and that fight was faster than he usually fights. So I feel like him and Dave had 2 stylistic matchups to prepare them for stuff like this, Doc.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both of them, the stylistically wise, getting that prepared in beforehand. Same way with Dave, though. I would argue with the warming up and on the grappling, it just lit a fire under his arse, and now you're looking relatively the same. Again, though, I really feel like Suzuki is struggling here. Like, he's trying to implement his game plan. He's just having difficulty because on the feet, CV is able to figure out the better shots. He's blocking that body shot that keeps getting fired, but that is really the only shot he's seemingly blocking. And every time it hits the mat, CV is arguably winning the grappling.
Yeah. So it's a tough situation, Cyrus, because on one end, your advantage isn't the striking, right? Where you think you got an advantage, you're getting reversed. So it's kind of tough. Now it comes to how high of a level are you on, because what adjustments can you make now, Cyrus?
Exactly right. Exactly right. And that's one of the problems when you're fighting a high level guy, of course, is they can do it all, man. They can do it all. I've said it too many times, but pick your poison. Pick your poison. You want to grapple? You can grapple. They're gonna match you there. You want to strike? It's just as dangerous, if not more, in the case of CB.
Yeah, that's when you know you're good fighters, because everyone can fight good in their style, right? But when someone takes that away, what do you do? That shows how good you are.
I think one of the criticisms of CB in the past was his inability to come forward, but he's changed that massively in UFC 5. He now has the ability to be on the front foot and really take it to his opponents when he needs to.
You know what my biggest criticism is on him is it's like an ego fighting thing. Like when you're up by so much, you just start, you almost let your opponent back in it. Because remember, when John Africa almost finished him when they fought, because he was up by a lot, but then, you know, the ego almost got him knocked out. That's the thing. Oof. Nice.
I mean, it's a tough fight here. It really is. I mean, that's dead meat. Ooh. Okay.
Go round.
That fight can go. That round can definitely go.
They can go either way. But if I'm Dashiki, I need this third bad, because it's either 2-0 or 1-1. Right? And he went for takedown already. So yeah, he needs this round here. But if I'm him, I got a lot of confidence because I had success in that last round, and now he gets the takedown he needed. Now, will he be able to hold it?
Yeah, a lot more success than the first round where he got knocked down, if I remember correctly. But again, didn't quite win it. Could have done, but I think this third round's really going to dictate even to the judges who won the last round, given the way this game can work in peculiar ways. And here we are, as you can see. Stamina, though, going into the favour of CV. He doesn't need to really waste any moments. He's arguably winning on the feet in a lot of regards. So that's another thing you've got to take into account here. Roly-poly into top. It does.
Talking with my mic muted while I'm actually dividing.
Yeah.
I was just saying, there was actually Tashiki was doing a Doctor Who move right there. He was posturing up, throwing a strike, posturing back down. He just like, he didn't want to get stood up. He wanted to keep position, but unfortunately for him, that does now mean that he has ended up being reversed. And it looks like CB is willing to engage in the grappling in this round and gets a vital denial. Jay, that was massive.
It's tough. It's really tough for Dashiki, because every time he gets it down here, it gets reversed.
I mean, one of the most annoying things I remember when using TJ on this game is he doesn't have an arm triangle. It's really annoying, especially with something like side control or the top half gown fake. So I suppose you've got to be careful when faking.
Considering he's a wrestler as well, not to have like those sorts of basic submissions is
I think he had it in UFC 3 as well, which is the main one.
as well. He has it.
Yeah.
Nice. Getting a little bit loose with the hands again. After being kind of some of this offense being stunted a little bit by the takedown threat of Tainted Ember, aka Dashiki.
It ruins your rhythm. When someone has takedown threat, you can really break somebody's rhythm, especially if they're in that flow state back.
For sure, especially here as you go on now. Gotta be so careful. I mean, he won, and his sudden rock can win it, and that nearly, arguably did. 40 seconds left in the round. If you're either one of these guys, you're just trying to find that last bit of damage to sneak out to find the home into and just do. There you go for CV, sneaking in some damage.
I don't know who's won this fight.
I think it's
I have
CV.
no fucking idea.
It comes down to who won this round. Oh.
Suzuki leaving it all out there, gassed as hell. 1-1 going into the third round, determining it, and we're about to find out who takes this, going on to fight AKA Dave for 5 rounds just before you get into the final.
Let's see. It's a draw.
Draw.
What do we do?
I've never seen that in a Grand Prix. I've never seen that in a Grand Prix. What do you do in the draw? What do you do in the draw? Do you run it back? What do you?
I guess you.
Like, I've actually never. You know, like.
Rematch that shit right now. Rematch that shit right now.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Rematch this right now.
Get that shit up.
Hurry up! Come on! I've actually never seen that
in a Grand Prix.
I once suggested it as an idea, I think, when we were riding the GP ages ago. But now it's actually happened.
Well, we used to say that we do a sudden death round, and the winner of that round would win it. But we'd never said anything in stone.
Yeah.
I think we just fucking run with it.
Let's run it back.
They're just doing the same match again, 3 rounds.
Let's run it back.
Let's do this. Fucking hell.
Right, I need to grab a drink real quick. Now is not. It couldn't be a better time.
Well, here we are. Second time round. If you just joined us, yes, they're fighting again. Yes, they scored a draw. Yes, we need a winner. So if they draw this time, we'll just give them.
And it's happening again. This is not a replay. This is a whole different fight.
Okay, Joe. What happens if they have another draw?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Well.
That don't even.
There we go. 16 fights instead of 15. Here we go. CV starting out aggressive on the feet early on. Now we've hit the mat. Suzuki looking to be the more aggressive. CV using that sprawl characteristic as best as he can. But again, Suzuki just power transitioning to the side, trying to get something now into back sitting. Can't believe we're having to watch this fight again. Out of all the fights to watch again, politely, this is not the one I wanted to see CV fight twice in. But here we are.
Man, the likelihood of this happening was slim tonight, and it still happened.
I mean, it's Suzuki. Can I slate him off that way?
No, but like, the chances of this happening,
Yeah, very true. I mean, oh god. Oh, okay. Looks like CV's just happy to engage in this grappling.
Okay.
Trying in the stand with the fakes he goes, but he goes all the way. Now goes to the armbar, getting it, I think. No, he doesn't. Okay, fair enough. Suzuki knowing the stand game, clearly.
Watching this fight again is upsetting. I'm going to be real here. Once was already crazy, but twice?
Twice is indeed more crazy. I mean, they've used a good chunk of their stam. You can definitely tell they're both just wanting to get this over and active. All that technical patience arguably has gone semi out of the window. Now they're just trying to get the win here, and hopefully we don't see a second draw.
No, so don't even put that in the air, please. Like, nah, not
don't put that in the air. Yeah,
that don't. Man, Dashiki is so dangerous. Just the way he fights, the way he annoys you, like this, it's really dangerous, Cyrus.
It is. I'm still, like, honestly, right? I walk downstairs, I grab myself a little juice drink over here, and I'm still kind of like bewildered by the fact we got a fucking draw. Like that shit's still kind of like not really computing.
I mean, I'm glad they added draws.
No, I'm not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Today. I was before today. It was cool, but
I was before today.
Well, looking at the scorecards there, it looks like CV won that quite handily, getting both significance and the total strength. So 1-0 to CV. No touch of gloves.
They tried to touch gloves, but the game said, nah, get to your fighting.
The game fell how I feel. That's why.
Yeah, no more friendly, man. One of these guys got to die tonight. That's
I
what's
don't want
happening.
another 3 rounds. I just want one of you unconscious already.
I agree with this. Coach, just try to grapple the grappler, but it's
I mean, I like it. It's
Yeah.
definitely it's changing up the pace. I mean, you don't usually see CV grappling, but with the way this PlayStation Grand Prix is going in general, it seems to be grappling galore.
Like,
Not that I was
honestly,
complaining.
I'm just going to put this out there. If this goes to another draw, then both of these guys are eliminated. Like, that's...
Oh no! I told Doctor rock paper scissors at that point.
Fuck. Nah, they're both
mean, it goes
eliminated,
to-
man. We'll never see their faces again if we get another draw.
Well, CV currently in back mount, a position that typically Suzuki is wanting to be in, a rarity across the board though. He can get the back flat, he can do some serious damage. Right now though, a bunch of denies happening across the board and not much damage, but a lot of control time, a lot of just let me get you flat on your back so I can just hammer in those hammer fists, but an RNC instead right now.
Okay.
Uses it to go to mount. Smart move, trading at first. Keeping him guessing.
CV really wants a sub.
Yeah, he really wants this match to end.
Yeah. Like, he knows he's not going to get KO, and the possibility of the damage just is kind of useless. Especially when Suzuki seems to keep trying to bobblehead. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he's sick of this shit, Cyrus.
I think he is too. I think he is too. Jeez, man.
Like, I can feel the frustration in this.
Like when they got a draw, right? I think Yoshiki was probably kind of down for it. He probably thought, that's okay. CV, on the other hand, I know that in his head he was like, again? I got to deal with this takedown again?
Again?
I got 15 minutes of my...
Oh.
I kind of rate the move by CV to more engage with the grappling. He's winning when he does.
Oh, he's really sick of this.
Bro, he's gonna out Dashiki. That's what I feel like. He's out Dashiki right now.
Hey, this should have been a strategy in the first one. This should have been a game plan. I'm going to be real. Cyrus, this is what he should have did in the first match.
Well, hammer on top, but 2 seconds left, and we're done.
Okay.
So let's have a little look. Round 2, 100% CV. Let's have a little look at round 3 because I missed that.
Round one is close. Round one is close.
Okay. So it's all down to the third round again?
Yes. Round one is close.
I thought CV won the first
There was
round.
like a strike difference between between them and round one. It comes down to this again. We're back here again.
So Suzuki has made CV the grappler.
Yes. He's out of
That's what's happened here.
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him.
He's
Not gonna lie, I feel like it's another goal. Laurent, you take it back, and you take it back right now.
Don't say
Don't say any of that, because I swear to God, if it's another draw,
No one going through if it's another draw.
If you put the bad juju on this fight, right? I swear to God, brother.
Oh my God, the absolute chaos these fights have ensued in us so far is something that is begged to be believed. But here we go. CV, the man who is the star-studded striker, the Anderson Silva specialist, is using T-Day Dillashaw in a way that we haven't seen since B3 GOAT versus Smudger 1.
Don't remind me of that fight. I remember that. That last round was the most unentertaining round I think I've seen in my life. I remember, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win.
And he didn't win.
Oh my God.
TV's literally turned into PJ Dillon mode. He's just out there trying to maul the guy right now.
Yeah.
Another sub attempt. I just don't think this is the way to go, though, sadly.
I mean, I think he's winning it. If he won the second, he's won this third round for sure, bro. Like, he's trying to take the judges out of this shit right now. Just post drop, get a couple of... in fact, not in half guard. But post drop somewhere and get some damage. Maybe that's side control.
Hey, I agree, John. John, CV is trying to prove a point. He's trying to prove a point here.
What, that Suzuki can't grapple against him?
Oh, he reversed it.
Yep.
Now, if he gets a submission in,
yeah, it's...
then we might have a fucking draw. And I will hate the rent forever.
Hey, if that happens, I'm walking off.
Oh, he's
I think
getting
we all walk away and come back in 50 minutes.
I'll walk off if that happens.
Oh my fucking god.
He did get the sub in as well. He got the fucking sub in as well.
You know what's crazy?
Oh
You know
no.
what's crazy about this? I'm not trolling when I say I'll walk off. Because, you know, I'm
Me either, brother. Me either.
I think at that point you just get them to fight together and we'll move on and we'll just find out the result afterwards. Or give them a different weight class or something. Rock, paper, scissors. You know what rock, paper, scissors?
Flip a coin, man.
Yeah. Oh.
He may actually get this too. He may
He's
actually
going to get the sub after all that work. Is he going to get the sub?
After all that work with CV.
Oh my
too
goodness.
gassed. He's too gassed. Yeah, there you go.
Bro, if this is a fucking draw, I swear to God.
Please.
I'm already getting up.
No!
CV's won!
CV won
There
the
you go!
Hey, God,
Even after that really good round by Suzuki at the
I
end.
was about
Jesus.
this. Hey, I was getting ready to
We've
walk off.
got a winner!
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Okay. I was about to walk off. Like, we finally got a winner. Okay.
Bro, I would have ended the stream. Fuck this entire thing. No, I'm joking. Good work.
Okay.
Wow.
2 rounds to CV. The final round going to Suzuki, nearly getting the submissions. Yeah. But with that being said, that fight, 2 fights, sorry, are now done.
I suppose it gets us back on target because of the first fight with John Africa falling out. So we would do another one. So obviously that does mean that we have AKA Dave up against AKA CV. It's an AKA party in that semi-finals on the left-hand side of the bracket. These guys trying to take over here this evening. As you see right there, interesting matchup. 2 frenemies, if you will. Both former champions. AKA Dave being on such a surge recently. And CV's gonna have some frustrations to work out after that last double matchup back to back.
I can't say I blame him though.
But with that being said, J-Dime, we now have the first fight on the right-hand side of the bracket.
Finally.
As crazy as it is, the first fight for John Africa here this evening after getting a bye in the first round, after beating his opponent before they stepped into the cage, he's now going to be going up against AKA MG. Only one man can be standing here this evening, Jay, and these guys now have an opportunity to book their spot in the semi-finals.
This is a good match to me. MG, the former champ, versus John Africa. I love this, and I know this fight is going to be highly entertaining too.
John Africa made 2 comments. Crazy fight, gotta respect Dashiki for nearly pulling that one off at the end. That's one way you could put it, absolutely. But also, don't worry, comms, MG and I are gonna have a scrap. We never doubted it for a fucking second. Not 1 second. This is...
It's nice to see Aldo coming out of the dusty cupboard for a while.
This was always going to be a barn burner. Wouldn't expect anything less. Who is using Aldo? That is the question. It is John Africa, of course, reborn at that. MG using Puta Yarn. Got that very, very clean boxing, but he's got to be careful of that lead leg. That's going to be chewed up if he's not careful. John Africa utilizes those leg kicks very, very well out here, Jay.
No, he wants to go up top instead.
Yeah. So, how come Jose Aldo stopped using leg kicks in real life?
I don't know.
What made him stop?
I don't
like. I really. What made him stop?
That's been one of the biggest talking points of his career, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's like a cardio thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
His cardio's not that good to begin with, but
I was going to say his cardio even after he stopped using leg kicks wasn't great.
It's just like because to me, he's a great fighter, but like It's like one day he just decided to stop throwing leg kicks.
Yeah.
He just decided to be a boxer. Like, he's very boxing heavy now. Like,
That and his body shot was just like some of the scariest striking that you would see in the octagon. Then he just dropped the leg kicks and went full fucking ham with the hands.
Yeah. He said, fuck the leg kick.
These guys having a pretty high action fight so far, but it's like a high-paced feeling out process, Doc. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, it's very much a high-paced feeling out process. Pretty sure these two have matched up in the past countless times, given both of their abilities to stay within the top 15 as well. John Africa landing a couple of leg kicks. Honestly, with the picks, I'm more scared for John Africa here, I must admit. Aldo's chin and his boxing ability doesn't consistently able to match up with someone like Jan's on this game, especially. Oh, well, maybe different story, but in this game, Jan is just sometimes a different beast. But that 6-12 elbow was lovely there.
I'm waiting for somebody to get stunned. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Because it's bound to happen at the pace they're going.
I mean, they're definitely having a scrap like that, is for certain.
And what a surprise, the lung icon there for Jose Aldo to close out round one. As it should be, this man's fighting at a very high action or high-paced fight. He is a sprinter, not a marathon runner. Peter Yan, on the other hand, this guy does not get tired. Like an Energizer battery, just keeps going forever.
Yeah.
Sometimes has round one off, but as soon as he gets going, he is charged up, and at no point is going to stop that pace. And so far, honestly, I think he's winning this fight. Head health is going in his favour. The block is going in his favour. As you can see, Aldo's also cut. The head kick still coming out. The clipping. Just the shots that MG is landing now are just landing better, cleaner, and faster. But John Africa's really got to dig deep here and reconsider the game plan, it feels like.
Yeah, I wonder what adjustments he make going in a round two, if there's a round two, because it's a good fight, but Jan is the one doing the damage, though, Cyrus.
Absolutely, he is. Not wasting any time. And he's trying to smother him. He's trying to set up... Oh! Smother that!
Oh!
Smother
Hey,
that right
throw it
there.
around. Throw it around. Took the round from him.
For sure. Maybe we get to see the scorecard. Yes, we do. Yep, Aldo's round.
Yeah, took the round.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Lovely little bit at the end there, getting the head kick a bit too fast. Should have blocked high instead. He just let go of his hands there, looking to throw the uppercut, and that is sometimes the way it goes.
John Africa says, give me that round. No, nobody needs to give you anything, John. You took that round with... I was going to say both hands, but it was actually a leg. That's why you do the leg kicks. It sets up the head kicks. MG, a absolutely dangerous man in that octagon, though, especially when he's been hurt. Shades of Czech Congo back in the day up against Pat Barry. It doesn't matter how hurt you get this man, he will find an opening for that right hand to find a heat seeker on the chin. John Africa has to mind all of his P's and Q's, even though he got a big rock in the end of that round.
Oh, Pat Barry is who he named.
Do you remember that fight?
No. What I'm saying is, I just don't like hearing Pat Barry name. He be pissing me off, whether he win or lose. I just don't want to hear Pat Barry.
It's not so much about Pat Barry. It was about Czech Congo, bro, and what he did to him.
It's just his name being in it just pissed me off. Like, Pat Barry done ruined Rose's career. Like, oh my goodness, man. Like, it's sad to see.
You may not be wrong, but oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, the wrong person just stunned him.
Peter Yan was doing the better work until he got stunned.
Oh,
that head help of Aldo is shot. I mean, yeah, look at that head help. He can't trade. He has to be so picky about his shots, but the pace at which he can fire them out is something else.
Look at Jan. That's the thing. When Jan stuns you, he's a bully. And he's going to... Oh, my gosh. Jose Aldo won't be bullied, though. He puts him down. Jose Aldo refuses to get bullied.
He never been a bullied day in his life. Well, maybe corner once, but other than that, never once in his life.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bully. That was a murder.
He bullied him for like 6 months on a world tour.
Oh, yeah, he did. No, that.
Oh, yeah, in that regard, yeah.
On that tour, no, that was bad bullying. Like, that was...
It was, man. It was.
Man. Imagine if Jose Aldo knew fluent English, man.
I
He
know.
would be crying. He would have been crying. He would actually been crying. It was that bad what he was doing.
Both their head health are now looking low, one shot
my
either
goodness.
side, but Aldo looking the more hurt as time goes on. Has managed to get the stun earlier, couldn't quite get the finish on the drop, but this is looking scary.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, lovely.
This is such a great fight.
it is. It is.
It is neck and neck.
Cleanses the palate after that after that grapple mess that we saw a moment ago. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah. People strike.
Oh, hold up. We're not going to end up going to decision.
Win or lose, these guys live and die by the sword. I tell you that.
The jabs are straight. It's been thoroughly used tonight. As you can see, both of them just trying to get through that block, making it overcommit to the front and really just hoping.
So I don't know how that round goes.
Yeah,
Only
I'd have to see the
yeah.
stats. I feel like Putian was winning it.
Yeah, like it's a knockdown versus
Do you know what?
three stuns.
Yeah,
Versus three stuns.
it's like one of those ones. I feel like he was winning, but then the knockdown always counts so much, and it should. And
Yeah.
it should. So
Yeah,
I mean, I just quickly looked at glance at the stats again. He did have the significant strikes as well in his favour, so and see how the game scores that. Again, Aldo's head health, I must admit, is the fact John Africa hasn't been knocked down yet is, I think, more of a miracle than anything else, I must admit.
Aldo is built different, Doctor. Absolutely built different.
I think John
King of
Africa's
Rio.
built different.
yeah.
Reborn again, and it's brought him a new life where he can cope with this much head health.
Yeah, you know what the problem is? That he's reborn with a new life. Jan may take that life. That's the problem with this.
And he did.
Yeah,
and he did.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Ragdolled him in there. Putian's boxing. Too much, too technical, too clean with it. The pressure, overwhelming. Incredible performance from
That's a
both
great
guys,
fight.
but especially, of course, from MG, who advances on to the next stage. Incredible fight. Thank you to both competitors for putting on a highly entertaining back and forth battle for us to enjoy here this evening. Kill or be killed, Jay. Kill or be killed, as always.
Yeah, that's a great fight. Like that, I feel like that was a refresher. We needed that one after what we had to endure. So I'm glad that fight happened.
Like I said, it cleansed the palate. It most certainly did.
Yeah, it did.
It definitely cleansed the palate. So we have our first fight on the right-hand side of the bracket, all put into the history books. We're about to find out who the next person will be advancing through to that stage of the tournament, who will be finding themselves in the semi-finals, as we have a little bit of a look at the bracket here. MG moved on, Dave has moved on, CV has moved on, and will it be K1 Jody BJJ after the absolutely monumental upset over SB Naz? Or could it be the new kid on the block, the dark horse of the entire thing, K1 Fee, making it to the next stage? Low-key, this is one of those fights that I think is going to go down in Primetime's history books. It has all of the makings for an absolutely epic war.
Yeah, this is tough, and especially because they're both teammates, so they know each other too. So I feel
Get Cody.
okay. I don't like this matchup. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be completely real here.
I think Cody is force of nature, though.
Yeah, he does, but the problem is he got to make sure he's not getting tagged, and he's the smaller fighter. He's gonna have to close that distance.
True. But doesn't
Yeah, it is.
Cody have, like, really good footwork?
Yeah, he
but
does.
so does Sean.
Shoulder shine. It's just like it's tough to close that distance.
I will say that Jody is like a guy that uses Cody a bunch, so that may play to his favor, just the comfortability of the pit. But with that being said, you know, sometimes picks make the difference, especially at the highest level when you and your opponent are evenly matched.
Well, missing shots from both angles, both just keeping out of that distance a bit, not really committing, feeling each other out, seems so.
Watch the body
You know what?
work from Cody Garbrandt in this fight. Jody's
Mm.
already trying to put money in the well. Roundhouse lands. Got a
Nice.
stam advantage early, Jay. Obviously, still very early, but nevertheless.
There's something I like about Cody is, he got the little capoeira kick Conor got? Cody has that kick to the body, which is so funny. But, like, yeah. Like, it's just random that he has that. Because Cody's so boxing heavy. But, like, you just randomly throw that kick to the body? Do something.
He also ducks under a lot of shots as well, so it just helps to
does.
avoid that.
Jody's fight IQ, man, it's so up there, I'm telling you. The way he manages his range so perfectly, the way he finds openings for things like single shot, body roundhouses, very, very clean. Very defensively aware as well. It serves him a lot of justice in this fight, and in all of his fights for that matter.
I mean, Jody's
Nice.
taking shots, but they're small, tiny shots. They're not doing a lot of damage. And when he is trading shots, it's normally O'Malley's already hurt, and because he's Cody, he's doing so much more damage to begin with anyway, so he doesn't have to worry as much, and that seems to be so far. There you go. Slipping under. This is a fantastic performance so Jody so far, putting on the pressure, controlling the distance, which he needs to do again as the short fighter, playing that aggressive game to get ahead in the head department so his fighter perks can also be working like the force of nature, helping him lead this fight, and so far so good has been his performance.
Yeah, nice. Cody looks good right now.
So clean, man. So clean. Look, I've been speaking a lot about Jody, but K1 Fee, obviously incredibly fundamentally sound. Definitely has the IQ to be up there and compete in this fight. Looking like he's maybe trying to solve the problem at the moment. I feel like he's on the losing end of a lot of these exchanges, but he's not like throwing in the towel, especially this early. You can just see he's trying to make the reads. He's trying to test Jody with different angles, different shot selections, and trying to read how he responds. This is a very, very much a high-level chess battle we see ahead of us.
Nice. Thing is,
There you go.
oh yeah, the thing is, I was about to say it's competitive, but Jody, aka Cody Garbrandt's controlling the range. He's the one pushing him back.
I do genuinely feel like in this case it's a lot of the fighter pick. As much as O'Malley has that range, Cody's ability to put so much pressure down range is forcing O'Malley on that back foot because he can't stay there and take it a lot of the time, and so he's having to back out. Maybe with someone like Peter Yan, maybe with someone like Dillashaw who has in and out footwork, who a bit more in terms of boxing, not just kicking, that O'Malley is so long for.
I mean,
that may
I don't know,
benefit him.
I kind of disagree, man. I think he's got the hands as well. It's just about using them at the right range. And the thing about this is that Jody is the one that's controlling the range, being the shorter fighter, and he's doing it through like his own better footwork, not like the fighter picks, his own better footwork, his own better shot selection. His head movement has been insane. The way he's blocked every body punch coming his way, he's just been really, really smart with it.
Sean got to use his dare. I was about to say, throw some teeps. Like,
Yeah,
you have to push him off you. Yeah, because Cody has made the cage small for him. Because Cody's been controlling this. He hasn't pushed Cody back. Yeah, there we go.
And that's the thing, when he uses his teep or his knees to get the range back and try to kind of put Jody off, closing the distance, that's when he can start to set up the really, really clean boxing he has, because he does need a slight bit more distance in order to find his range with the boxing. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Jody
Zeke when he
BJJ.
should have zagged.
Ooh.
This might be
right.
almost over. Oh, never mind. He managed to avoid that, but that was very close.
Jody staying calm and composed as he continues putting all the pressure. Fee just trying to solve a problem that keeps ever changing and ever turning. 2 minutes left in the second round, getting stunned already, getting hit there as well, just about managing to survive.
Oh
but
my goodness!
yeah,
Oh
nice
my
to do it.
goodness!
Flawless.
He
That
does
was
it again.
flawless, man.
This guy a problem, man. He's a problem. I'm telling you. Dark horse of the entire thing. Jody BJJ advances to the next stage. Beautiful. Slip.
I'm not going to lie.
Elbow. Night.
Jody looks good. Jody looks really good.
He's looked all good all night. I mean, that Naz fight has set him up so far for a fantastic one. Fee looked fantastic against Amazon, but during that, he looked competent, he looked good, but he just couldn't find the answer to the puzzle that Jody was producing, and so now he's going to go on into our semi-finals here tonight.
And there it is. We now have our semi-final brackets all locked in. We're going to have a little look at them before we just get across into that bout. Very, very much an incredible night of fights already so far. And the best have now made it to the semi-finals. It is an AKA and K1 party, as we have three guys representing AKA Dave, AKA CV, AKA MG, and then K1 Jody BJJ. Now, obviously, AKA have 3 out of 4 chance to walk away with a belt here this evening. But Jody BJJ putting K1 on his back here this evening and absolutely performing out of his socks. A sensational run for him so far, beating 2 very, very top, high-level opponents. MG, much the same thing. Dave, much the same thing. And same with CV. I mean, CV's kind of grit and determined nature to get past that back-to-back fight against Toshiki is something else and deserves to go down in the history books in its own right. But the time is now, J-Dime. We have AKA Dave up against AKA CV, as Dave tries to defend his belt against a frenemy, if you will, a friend, a teammate, but now tonight an enemy that's trying to take away the gold that belongs to him.
This is a great fight. I'm really interested in this fight between Dave and CV, because when UFC 5 first came out, we seen it one time at PT and it was a draw. I remember that. So like now, this is for everything here. This is for the belt. They know each other better than anybody. Dave done probably fought him a million times. He done fought Dave about a million times. So I think this should be one of the most high-level fights we see today.
Absolutely, absolutely. They are just getting set up. We'll skip back across them in just a moment. Obviously, this one, for anybody that's new or does not know, since Dave is defending his belt and has been so far through the entire tournament, this will be a 5-round fight. Now, traditionally, that favors Dave. However, in this bout, I don't think it favors either one of the competitors. They're both accustomed to 5-round fights, Jay.
Yeah. They both have fought more 5-round fights than 3-round fights in their UFC career, to be real, because Dave, I don't even got to say much. Dave is a champ. He's fought so many 5-round fights. Then CV fights better in a 5-round fight. He starts slow, and then they just know each other. So this should be a clash, high-level chess match. This should be great, dog.
I mean, these two have also been avoiding each other along this time. I mean, pretty sure like we should mention that as well. These two are originally meant to fight just after Dave got the belt, I believe. Same with Muay Thai that way. But in terms of Muay Thai, it was more about ping issues. And when it came to Dave, it was just them being teammates. So CB just stood on waiting, and Dave ended up never losing the belt. So this fight has been in the wings waiting for God knows how long now, and I'm glad we finally get to see it. Robert Whittaker versus Izzy. Should be a fun one.
Here we go.
Without further ado. Robert Whittaker is there. Adesanya will touch them up. Here we go. Gliding around in there a little bit.
Let's get busy with those hands now, man. Come on, let him go.
Neither guy wanting to make any commitments, knowing that they're both star-studded strikers in their own right, don't want to make a single wrong move to get a counter here, it seems like.
This is going to come down to who hurts who first, because they're going to fight this very tactical because they know each other. You don't want to overextend and throw nothing crazy, and now you got to counter.
And actually, they have a much lower ping than people who fights, CV typically have. Sitting around that 160 mark stable.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Attacking the body, very smart move from Dave. Especially against a fighter like CV, who doesn't typically waste a lot of movement.
Nah, this is a crazy fight here because Dave is making CV have to do more than he usually do in the first round, and no one's committing to anything right now. Like I said, no one wants to make a mistake, especially early, dog. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, these early rounds are when you're still trying to make reads, you're still trying to learn each other's patterns. Even as your teammates, you're trying to see how this fight goes. So if you give them an inch, suddenly later in the rounds, which is the way this fight seems to go, it's going to be one of those technical fights that's going to have some big moments and some very slow moments that are going to take probably at least 3 to 4 rounds to really figure out who's leading this fight. And these early rounds are just rounds you just can't offer to give away, because if you give these away, you're forced into going forward in the later rounds, and if you're forced to go into them, then that's where you make mistakes, especially against these two types of people.
But these guys are playing chess, not checkers out here, man. This is as high level as it gets. They're problem solving in real time. Excellent counter from Israel Adesanya. I was starting to think that Dave had the recipe to this matchup, J-Dime, but then all of a sudden CV has started making adjustments in real time and has had some really nice landed counters, which has pulled back this fight to a bit of an even keel back.
Yeah, that was a great round. I want to see the stats too. It's gonna be one of those matches. It may not be like a balls to wall fight like John Africa and MG, but it's going to be high level for those who enjoy MMA and enjoy striking, Cyrus.
Absolutely. Look, this isn't going to be Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez. It isn't going to be that rock and sock and robot. These guys are highly technical. Absolutely. For those that truly love MMA and striking, you want to see the finest strikers about, that's what you're going to get in this matchup right here, and it's what we're getting.
Agony. Nice.
Oh, wow. Big moment for CV.
Big moment, they recovering. Bad respect.
That's what it comes down to, because if the fight's close like that, I said it's going to come down to moments. It's going to come down to, there we go. Because
CV's starting to get the reads.
Yeah. It's a game of inches. Now CV has took the momentum, Doc.
Yeah, CV is starting to slowly get those reads. He's starting to read those bodies. I mean, I say that and he just lands two big counters there and nearly gets that.
Look, it's going to be a double champ out. The double champ does what the fuck he likes. He's out here at the moment, fighting his way back into this bout. One big stun for CV. He's definitely finding openings for his counters, but so is the champion, MK Dave.
So is Dave. Yeah, this is because CV got a stun. Any moment Dave could get a stun, because Dave is landing his counters too. He hasn't got the stuns yet, but Dave has been timing when he leans his head. He's been throwing that rear hook, and Dave's a very smart fighter.
Yeah, the narrowest of margins in this fight, for sure. The narrowest of margins. And this is like one of those don't blink fights as well. It's not like these guys are necessarily throwing a huge amount of volume. Like there's so much volume, one guy's going to go out. It's because these guys are so highly technical. They find the perfect counters. They get those spark KOs and they get them off.
For Dave, it's going to be that body work that's going to open the opportunities. For CV, it's not necessarily going to be that. It's going to be those big counter shots. Dave is probably going to have to slowly work CV down, make him more pliable into those later rounds. So CV, these early rounds are going to be the ones that he's going to have the easiest time winning, I would argue, as you can see by that early knockdown we saw, like early on this round, but either way.
Honestly, Doc, I feel like Dave, when he's throwing 2s and 3s, he's winning. Every time he throws a 4, CV finds a beautiful counter. Like
I feel like it's the kicks. Like, he's winning in the boxing. Every time you're seeing Dave box, he's doing fantastically, but he got countered early with those kicks, and when he wants to play in that kicking range, CV just has better command and control over it.
Dave round, surprisingly enough, and then of course a CV round. And I think he stole that one with that knockdown as well. That's the thing. I think he stole.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
That's crazy. They threw the same amount of shots last round.
Intelligently doesn't get back his feet and engage in the clinch and a free couple of knees, but that would have given CV.
Ooh. Ooh. He landed his own body shots.
Yeah, he's really turned up the volume now, CV. Nice!
Ooh, nice knee.
About as good as timing gets, there, Jake.
Yeah, because and look at Dave's body health now. This was like high level chess in real time, like you said earlier, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%. Some people out here playing checkers. These guys are playing chess at high level.
I mean, it's CV's willingness to also switch stances on occasion, get different angles on certain shots, get that body kick opening up again for him when he wants to. Like, he's training that fake lead body to then go up high afterwards.
Guys,
He knows.
Swaggy Dr. Kush, the main man himself, coming through with a raid. We appreciate you, my man. Hopefully you had a lot of fun playing LA Noire. Make sure to check out Swaggy if you don't already. I don't know what the fuck you are doing. Joined us at the perfect time, J-Dime, as we hit round 3.
He did. He joined at the perfect time because this is one of the most highly technical matches that we've seen. Like, this is just chess right here. Oh, and there's the stun by Dave. Oh, and there's go to drop by Dave. Oh, and is he gonna finish this?
He's going for it. Doesn't quite get it.
First bit of grappling we've seen. Ooh. Fight. Round 3 comes out here, gets to the deny there, working it up here, goes to the posture up, not getting it, probably going to see an armbar. Ooh.
Remember, this guy got 2 fights back to get back against Ashiki.
Yeah.
His grappling is switched on right now, Doctor.
I fucking hope so.
He did have to fight Dashi twice. That was, listen, I know that was draining for both of them, not even the CV.
Put this shit in the chat, you're welcome.
Oh, that's a slight armbar there. Dave just faking it to galore, not letting his stamina down at any point during that. But here we go. End of round number 3. Done a knockdown into the favour of Dave, but an armbar submission.
Here we go, championship rounds at hand. Anybody's fight still. The champion, aka Dave, in the blue corner. And of course the challenger and former champion, CV. These guys putting on an earnest back and forth. Truly spectacular. Highly technical fight.
Looking at the head health and stuff, I think Dave has landed more damage overall.
Wouldn't be surprised. Rob does have a little bit more power in those hands.
Yeah.
Oh. Just silky smooth, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the uppercut.
Bit scary suddenly.
Yeah, I know I'm not talking much during this fight because I'm really invested in this fight.
Oh, the knockdown there. Oh, the body stun as well.
And he's got him pressed up against that cage as well. Oh my goodness.
They're not trying to make a mistake.
Well, Dave began this round up on the scorecards. I mean, just looking like the better fighter here, and then CB suddenly just got it around, getting the knockdown, getting the body shots, and now Dave is the one who's looking more and more like he's at death still. Neither of these guys out, and both of their technical skills, one big counter, one big shot, can really do it all. One bad trade. But as time goes on, CB is the one pressing forward, trying to get that belt. He feels the gold so near. Dave is a monster who does not stop.
There ain't no quit in either one of these.
Oh, this is a really scary fight.
Genuinely, this is. The intensity has just gone up by 100%. Jesus.
Especially with the body health,
is the favorite.
Continuously rocked from Whitaker as well. Like the champ's in really dangerous positions right now, but that's when Dave typically does his best work.
It's literally blinking.
Crazy, because I'm not gonna say who's gonna win like at all, but the favorite is in this match. Oh my god. Oh my god.
CV just like playing in the Matrix here. Going like the Flash, seeing everything in slow-mo at that one moment.
Yeah. Ooh,
Wow, man. Wow. Oh, that was cheap. Terrain randomly now here.
And into the 5th round we go. 2-2?
yeah,
Maybe.
probably. Yeah, that's
2-2 probably. If we're being real, that 3rd round.
You ready to fight?
Jeez. This is for that belt, Cyrus. Here we go.
It is. All comes down to the 5th round.
And the body stun being the biggest fucking margin here for Dave. CB got to be careful though, because Dave's counters have been consistently good, but CB finding every shot there.
Lovely. Sits him down.
Gets out of it, not doing it, does block the body, stands low, digs 3 body shots down. Trying to fake the body shots to go up top to get the uppercut counter to get out so he can re-counter the counter, but... Oh, Jesus.
Oh, sheesh.
Is that
This is
it?
crazy. Has he got it?
Oh,
And he does!
over! Hey, no!
You said it, Jay. You said it, brother. And new. AKA CV. It may have changed hands, but the AKA camp still remains with a belt in that team.
Sheesh.
A CV
That
built
was a
himself.
crazy fight. My God.
Well, that's just earned itself fight of the night. That is for certain. A technical 5-round bout for both of these guys. Back and forth action, a bit of grappling also involved, but Jesus. They putting it all out there, CV leaving it all out there, and he is now champion. He's got one last fight before he is officially crowned the season 3 champion of it, and we get to see who will be fighting next.
Well, I mean, technically he's champion right now, but it's just
technically.
he could lose that before the end of the event. We don't know, but he does seem to be on an absolute killing spree right now.
That was a good fight. My God.
Kind of gobsmacked, honestly. That was an incredible fight. With that being said, we now have a new champion of the PlayStation division. The one and only AKA CV manages to find his way to the top of the division once again. Had to beat a teammate to do so, so I know it's a little bit bittersweet, but now has gold wrapped around his around his waist once again. It means, though, Jay, that we move on to the right-hand side of the bracket to conclude the semi-finals.
Damn, we got more fights?
AKA
I'm playing.
MT up against K1 Jody, BJJ. This is a completely different type of fight, but this is also going to be one of those don't blink sort of barn burners between these two competitors.
Love it. I love it because MG's been champion before, right? And Jody has never been champ, but Jody beat the former double champ. Jody's like the underdog, or he's like the dark horse. He wasn't even supposed to be in this Grand Prix, and then he just appeared, and now he's all the way damn near in the finals. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me likes Jody in this matchup only because, like, I love a good underdog story. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be here, and he made it this far.
That's what I'm saying. My favorite K1 fighter, for a reason, carrying the camp on his back. He needs to make it to that final. He needs to walk away with a belt. I believe he can do it. But he has the toughest lineup ahead in AKA MG, former champion, absolute menace when it comes to the striking and the grappling domain on UFC 5. And then, of course, even if he beats MG, has to get through CV, as we've just seen in one of the most highly technical bouts that you are ever going to see. But without wasting any time at all, Doctor, they get straight to it. Jody BJJ using Israel Adesanya, and MG picking Anderson the Spider Silva.
I mean, we've seen Joby have some fantastic striking fights. MG going straight back into it. This man has had V-Pain, who he's brawled with. He's also had John Africa, and I mean, now he's got against up another star-studded striker. MG's probably got the dirtiest up compared to Joby's recently seen technical skills and ability to slowly pick his opponent parts in light speed. But here we go, round one, best out of three here, Joe.
Yeah, and I love the Anderson Silva pick in this game, only because he has a lot of things that protect him. He has a 98 chin, 100 cut susceptibility. Then he has godlike striking to go with it. He can grapple. Like, I think Anderson is a great pick. He's not short either. You can also fight at range with him, Cyrus.
Exactly right. So many different tools at your disposal. Some additional health stats to go along with it. Oh man. I mean, an early rock from MG as well. Like, I mean, that's incredible. Jody's looked untouchable at this point, to be honest with you. So, to chin check him early is a big benefit for MG, and it speaks to the confidence of this man. He doesn't believe anybody's on his level, and he's trying to showcase that here this evening.
Oh, near counters avoidance. Lovely little lead hook there, though. Gets a big chunk of the damage done to Anderson Silva. But again, I mean, in some regards, I think MG's just winning us a bit. He's just landing a bit quicker, a bit faster pace. Could definitely change as time goes on, as you're seeing now. But
like I said, it's
could be one or the other here.
Jody is just so defensively aware. His fight IQ is incredibly high. MG is a cerebral fighter. He fights in the flow state. I like to say out there, Jay. He doesn't really. He obviously thinks about his fights, but he just kind of trains very hard, and knows a lot about the game, and lets everything flow. I feel like in the moment, and I could be wrong, but in the moment, I feel like Jody is the one that's trying to make the more real-time adjustments consciously. And as the fight goes on, it may favor him if he can avoid the onslaught of damage that MG is going to continue to put his way.
That's the tough part, because it's hard to swim without getting wet. And you've seen he already got wet. He done been hurt. Like, that's tough to do, especially against another high-level fighter too, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical, like you saw it last fight. When two high-level strikers end up together, it is literally a game of inches. Tiny, minuscule adjustments can really make or break your entire game, and you have to be so defensively sound, which benefits Joby here. But as I think, as you alluded to here, Cyrus, with MG being more reactionary, more instinctual, it's giving him the edge here because he's just able to react and not think, whilst Joby is having to, over the course of each round, he's having to think about what he needs to do, where he needs to change his typical game plan, and how to adapt it.
Look, he's hit that Super Saiyan Ultra instinct. Some people have to, there's time between your brain and your body reacting. MG out here doesn't need that, man. He's just letting the body do the work, and it's just so quick. To the punch, to the kick, all of the reads and the defenses are happening completely naturally.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Ultra Instinct, I know it happens on Dragon Ball Super, but it's a real thing. I promise you it is. When you're in that flow state, you're not even thinking about it. You're dodging, you're making all the adjustments in real time without even thinking about it. It's just happening. You're just in that state. Ooh! Oh. He leaned back like Fat Joe. Like, that was nice. Ooh. Nice. There's that stamina.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joby wants a head kick. I mean, I would argue it's there, but he just needs to time it a bit better.
He's finding counters, which is massive. He is really finding some good counters, but like the damage is just too much in MG's favor right now. Jody actually needs to like. Oh, actually, this is getting even worse. I was gonna say he needs a big moment, and he needed it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he needs to recover at this point. He has to. Yeah, he has to regroup. He has to, because Anderson Silva is not playing with him anymore. Like it's looking bad right now. Looking bad for his head health and his block right now. Oof.
MG's controlling that distance. He's doing the same thing Joby has been doing over the course of his last two fights. He's unable to get that distance sorted. Keeping it in boxing range because Joby clearly wants it in kicking range. He wants to be able to do it. Lovely fucking knee there, though.
Oh, that's.
Jesus.
I think Israel Adesanya need a 5-star knee only because that knee looked like the knee he hit Derek Brunson with.
Wow, another rock, but gets rocked back himself.
And it may be over. Up, stack. Yeah, it's done. It's done.
As soon as he hits that stack out, you know it's done, bro.
Yeah, it's done. It's over. Yeah. G's in the chat.
Yeah, look, I respect both of these guys. I think they're both phenomenal competitors, but MG in his Ultra Instinct form here this evening, able to get the job done. Incredible work. And a nice Anderson Silva showing from that man.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm about to prepare myself for the finals. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, wow, man. Incredible battle. We'll go, in fact, to the full card, which I think is now going to be ready. As you see, an absolutely painstaking process for these competitors who have managed to make their way all the way to the final, with AKA CV now putting his newly won belt on the line within moments of winning it to go up against a teammate once again, an AKA party in the finals between CV and MG. Last man standing, there can only be one to be crowned champion at the end of this entire thing. Now, y'all hate on me from time to time for the adverts. I don't control those things. So while we take a moment to, kind of allow what has happened, the events that have transpired, to fully digest, I am going to run a 1 minute ad. That means that you won't get it during this final fight, and therefore there will be no complaints. So don't go anywhere, don't click off it, because you'll miss it. And we'll be back in 1 minute, 60 seconds for this main event.
Yeah. It's that time.
and we are back at it. We have the finals here this evening. We're going to jump straight into it. It's been a painstaking process. Obviously, these guys have had to fight tooth and nail to find themselves in this position, aka CV, the newly crowned champion, going up against a teammate in his very first outing, up against aka MG. No time to waste. The time is now. Leon Edwards up against Nick Diaz for the MG pick. It's been a while since we've seen his Nick Diaz in the octagon.
Okay.
Nick Diaz as well, but fair enough. Okay.
Hold on, it's prime Nick Diaz. You act like this is the Nick Diaz we see that's sitting out.
I don't even know the stats of this Diaz. I didn't even know it got added, to be quite honest.
Okay. Here we go. This is for all the marbles here. This is for the belt between teammates. It seems like it's an AKA world right now. We just live in it, Doctor.
Clearly so. I mean, we saw AKA Dave versus AKA CV literally 2 fights ago, and that was technical hell. I imagine we're going to probably see the same thing here. Doubling up on the question mark kick.
Nice. So, of course, we have CV using Leon Rocky Edwards, MG using Diaz.
Oof.
Wild hooks. They're always wild hooks from Nick, man. You love them.
Yeah. So, are we going to get prime Nick Diaz or Nick Diaz that was supposed to fight Vicente Luque, who probably will never fight again?
Prime. Always prime when it's MG behind the sticks. Here it is. Tempo starting to be turned up. And it's actually CV leading the dance. He's the one that's trying to put the pressure on MG with superior lateral movement.
We've seen so many starters from CV tonight. We've seen him coming at grappling. We've seen a slow, steady technical fight. And we're now arguably seeing a very high-paced, aggressive type of CV, one who can go up against the likes of MG.
You know what's crazy? This is what Leon was supposed to do against Bilal. He was not supposed to back up to the cage. He's supposed to walk forward. But that's neither here nor there, Cyrus.
No, you ain't wrong. At a certain point, you've got to stand your ground, especially against certain types of fighters, as they have big advantages in certain areas of that octagon. Leon Rocky Edwards not taking a step behind that black line until just now. But then again, straight back to it. He's pushing forward. Nick Diaz, MG, trying to corral him a little bit, trying to take the center of that cage and get that body whip going. You know, when MG gets the hands flowing, death by 1,000 cuts is moments away.
Oh. So, how come Leon Edwards in real life never circles? How come he always backs straight up to the cage? Like, that really be pissing me off because I like Leon. Like, especially against grapplers, he got the habit. He put his high guard up and back straight up to the cage. I'm like, man. Leon almost lost a fan in me against Bilal. I promise you, Cyrus. It was that close to, like...
I don't even know what fight you're talking about, bro. Never happened. Never happened.
Nobody passes out before it finishes, so you don't know the winner.
Nice. MG's getting some good shots in, but CV's just doing the better body of work. There's been good counters from MG. He's starting to set some traps. He just needs a little more. He needs a little more to be connecting up against CV, because CV's a bit too defensively aware, a bit too defensively sound. He throws slightly less, he lands slightly more.
Here we go, round 2. So, Doc, if you're Nick Diaz, how are you fighting? Are you going to go, not balls to wall, are you going to go forward pressure? Like, what's the game plan here, Doc?
I mean, you don't want to give CV the distance. It's the last thing I think anybody who's saying up wants to do. You don't want to be fighting CV when he's got Leon Edwards, the guy who's got all the kicks to use. You want to be probably get him against that cage, get him behind that black line, but then also backing off a bit. Head kick with Diaz. Head kick with Diaz always works.
That's a great way to do it. And now he has momentum now.
Yeah, we just need to continue going forward, landing shots. But
CV says anything you can do, I can do better. Puts a spin on it.
Oh.
And they're back into the center. Once again, just to highlight, MG fights with zero sound.
Why? Like, bro's a serial killer.
These AKA boys, I don't know, it's like it's something that happens in their camp.
Playing with no.
It's one of the
like,
training
no
conditions,
sound.
apparently.
That's crazy.
Be psychotic or play with no sound?
Both.
Play both.
It's what gives them the killer instinct, clearly.
Yeah.
They don't know how much damage they're taking, so they just keep dishing it out. Lovely little combo there by CV.
Oh, nice, Nick.
Again, not much to say. It's kind of letting these two express their fighting ability right now, showcasing all and leaving it all on the line. They've got 5 rounds to work with. They've worked a 1.5-ish now. And this fight's only going to get more intense, more close as time goes on. You can see how Leon's head health is slightly a bit lower. The body health of Diaz is slightly lower for him, but neither of these guys are stepping off the pedal, as you can see, as MG continues to push forward in his broadly tight margins and a flying knee. Definitely going to do the work there as well.
Nice, caught the kick. Bro, these guys mean business, James.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is another one of these fights where one moment can change all of this. It's a game of inches again.
Nice work.
Nice.
Like, I actually think the Diaz pick is one of the better picks to counter Leon Edwards, to be honest with you.
It's a great pick, to be real with you.
The head health, right? I mean, he doesn't quite have the same punch power, but he's just able to volume it. And Leon Edwards doesn't have the best health stats either, I don't think. I don't know what the actual stats are, but it doesn't feel like it when you're using him for sure.
Nice.
And here they are, round 3 of a potential 5-round fight. Championship on the line. Leon Rocky Edwards, aka CB, trying to defend his newly won belt up against a former champion.
Nice.
Oh!
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh!
CB's timing on that knee being crucial, and everything gets a bit more scary when that body breaks.
Uh-oh.
No prisoners. No prisoners.
How is he still alive?
He said teammate or not. Uh-oh.
He said, you signed on the dotted line. You're going home in a body bag tonight. Like, he ain't...
Oh my god.
Oh my
The closeness of this fight suddenly is when it's completely out of proportion. That body is absolutely murdered, treating MG the same way he did his other campmate, aka Dave, winning the belt that way, and now here we are. Body murdered, head isn't far behind, and CB having all the stam and pressure in the world just to continue forward, raining down hell.
Oof. That's tough. Once your body health get fried now, you don't know what to block. Not like it's tough.
Nice.
Oh my.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ice skating uphill now is for MG. He ain't quite out, but he's almost there.
Oh, sheesh. He need a counter. Oh,
He needs more than the counter, Joe. He needs the
he need a big counter. Like,
The thing
listen,
about
that
MG,
big
though,
counter could be the gun.
he does have such killer instinct that if he does get a big stun, he might be able to close out the show. And I think that's what he's holding on to. He's looking for that opening. But it's just so much easier said than done when you got CV with not far off full stamina, just walking you down, throwing bomb after bomb.
I'll say we've seen this with the Dave fight where Dave was trying his best to land some kind of a counter as soon as CV dug down to the body, but
Oh my god.
Jesus.
He's indiscriminate with the work that he does. Is this it? One away, and they made him go down. Why, oh why does the game do that to you? Like,
Oh my God! Yeah, there we go. Oh my!
And up again. We're going to do a body shot. Yep.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh my God!
God.
Let the man.
Oh
There you
my! And still.
get in there, Herb. Separate him. He's done.
Sheesh.
You're right. And still, your
God.
PlayStation champion of the world, the one and only, aka CV. What an incredible performance he's had here this
Jeez.
evening. And what a story. J-Dime Doctor. This man went through the gauntlet. He had to fight one more time than everybody else because of Dashiki. And then on top of that, he had, the hardest road. He had to beat the former champion, or, the double champion, the former champion, aka Dave, to get to this position. He had to fight MG. He had to fight Dashiki. I mean, my goodness. Just start to finish, he did not waste any time. He got to work. And in the very first fight, even went up against Glock Dukia, and he just, like I said, overall, CV could not have had a better run here this evening. The story is monumental to his run, to his career, and he finds himself back at the top of the mountain once again.
It's crazy. It's like, because he hasn't fought in so long on UFC, which is crazy, and then he just appears on a Grand Prix, and he just goes through like the toughest road and becomes champ again. Like, that shit's crazy.
That shit is crazy, but the man, the champ, is made of different stuff, and that is what you want from someone like the PS champion of CV, going through every fighter possible, every type, even getting a draw, even showcasing so many styles tonight, which is a rarity. We normally see CV only playing that really technical style. You see with Dave, people falling into that trap, but no, he has grappled, he has fought the aggression, the pressure of MG, and he's shown every step of the mile wild. He is the champ here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, look, this brings an end to our Grand Prix. We had back-to-back Grand Prix. Xbox was the first round. PlayStation was this time around. Thank you to each one of the competitors turning up, putting on incredible performances throughout. It was a pleasure calling these bouts. And of course, alongside J-Dime and Doctor this time round. It's been an emotional ride, guys. We will not be wasting any time. We'll be back next week with Primetime 151, where we continue all the action and some, as some of these champions now look to try and defend their belts, and obviously the rest try to make their names within the division. If you're not already, make sure that you check out the Discord. Make sure to stay tuned for all of the announcements coming out of future events. Get involved with yourself if you haven't already. If you really at this stage now, the most consistent guy in the booth, period. If you have not checked out J-Dime's streams Monday to Friday, most consistent, you're fucking sorely lacking, and you are not our friend. So go over there and check out J-Dime, and check him out right now. I'm going to link him in the chat. We will be pushing forward a raid at the very end, so show some love. We're going to raid somebody in a moment. Other than that, for myself, J-Dime, Doctor, all the guys in the back, and the PT family as a whole, much love. We will see you all next week.